All right, let's do this. Here we go. Monday Night Football. Fired up for this one, as always, right? Got a very, very intriguing matchup here. A little bit of a divisional game going on, right? We saw this on Monday night last year. We were given a game that I don't think any of us are ever going to forget. So let's hope for another memorable game here today. Maybe no Achilles being snapped. But other than that, let's get a good game here, right? We've got the Bills versus Aaron Rodg. The New York Jets. See what I did there? A little commentary on the state of the New York Jets, perhaps. But this is a very, very fascinating team, and they're in a very interesting spot here. This is kind of a must-win game for them. It's kind of hard to say must-win this early in the season, and they're only one game back, right? But kind of given what's been happening behind the scenes, maybe, and they lose their coach and all the expectations and all that they put into this team, and they've just been kind of underwhelming, and even in some of their wins, they haven't looked that good. It's kind of time to figure your crap out here, New York. You're at home, divisional game. You win, you're in first place, and if you're the Bills, man, they kind of got their own things going on right now. 2-game losing streak, and I'm seeing right now on ESPN, kind of crazy. Never even thought about this before. But the Bills lose here today. First time ever they'll have lost 3 in a row with Josh Allen at quarterback. That's kind of crazy to think about, right? He's been there so long, but they've been a consistently good team even before Allen broke out. So it kind of checks out, but they are on the verge of potentially their first ever 3-game losing streak with Josh Allen at quarterback. But anyways, as always, you guys know the drill. You pop in here, feel free to say hello and chat. We're going to be doing this all night long, and it looks like we've got a couple people in here already. Shout out Sebastian Rempel saying second, which is crazy because I didn't see someone say first. So don't know if you're maybe being a bit ironical there, but second is actually first. So shout out to Sebastian for getting in here first. We've also got Pair Champ, Caden, and Sam. Let's go. We got a squad in here to start. Pair Champ saying, "Hey Doc, how you doing?" I'm doing pretty good. I'm chilling right now. It's nice to be back on the stream game, right? Obviously missed the Pigskin pregame yesterday. Was driving back. I was out of town for the weekend. Had a lot of fun, but back in it now. Got to watch some football on Sunday. Watching some football on Monday here. Had a decent day at work today, all things considered. Doing pretty well. Hope you're doing well too, man. Got Caden in here saying, "Think we'll see the block total go into the double digits tonight with a field goal or punt block." Why not? Screw it. Buffalo's kicker Tyler Bass kind of been struggling a little bit. Let's screw it. Yeah, he'll get a kick blocked. How about it? We have been seeing a lot of those, haven't we? It's kind of weird. I don't know if there's a reason for it, but that has most certainly been a thing. It is interesting. But I don't have an actual theory as to why. I might need to dive into the film a little bit for that. But good to have you in here, 2K legend. We just played one of the most just disgusting games of 2K of all time before getting on here. I don't know how we won that game, but got Sam in here saying, "Yo, I'm actually watching from home this time. Normally he's at work. Let's go." Look at that. Hey, you enjoy this night off, man. Kick up your feet, sit back, relax, and I really appreciate it that even on your night off, you're choosing to spend it here. That's awesome. Thank you so much, man. Well, let's have a game for Sam tonight, shall we? Come on, football gods. It's Sam's night off. Let's give him a good game. Give him a good game. Caden saying, "Plarnold 9, Bills 1. I actually don't get that. That might have gone over my head, and apparently something else went over my head too, but it's all good. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. Pairchamp asking, "How about the NFC North, best division in the league? Could we have all 4 teams make the playoffs?" That was actually a question that was posed in the group chat here this morning. We were talking about it. I was actually thinking about this last night too, watching Sunday Night Football, because the game on the field wasn't always the most interesting. It was all right. We had some cool moments, but I honestly think there's a real shot, man. I really do, right? NFC North, far and away the best division in football right now by record, by point differential. And you look at the rosters of these teams, they look good, man. All 4 of these teams really look good. So one thing I was talking about in the group chat with the Fargo boys here this morning, we were like, what is the record going to be of the worst team in the NFC North? Call me crazy. I truly honestly believe that all 4 teams have a legit shot to make the playoffs. I could see like the Bears finishing last at like 10-7 or something. I don't know, man. The Bears look better every week. The Packers look good, especially with Love back, and he looks a little bit more comfortable. We saw what the Lions did, and even if there's no Hutch, like, dude, they're so good. Like, they should honestly still be the division favorite. And the Vikings are 5-0. The Vikings are 5-0. So, yeah, man. I think there's a real shot we see all four teams with double-digit wins. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but. And you look at like some of the competitors for the other wild card spots, like, okay, Seattle maybe Arizona, but they're just so choppy and up and down. I don't know about that, right? The Eagles won, but they seem pretty unserious right now. The Cowboys seem pretty unserious right now. Probably would be the Bucks or the Falcons, whoever doesn't win the South, right? Like that would probably be it. So I don't know. That's a good question though, but I've been thinking about that a lot. I really do think there's a chance. Wolf is in here. Welcome to the stream, Wolf. Good to have you back in here. Saying, Browns so bad, I'm watching baseball. Dude, I'm so sorry, man. I truly feel so bad for any Browns fan that has to go through this, right? I mean, what can I say that hasn't been said at this point, right? I mean, it just sucks. It just sucks. It truly does. Factory of sadness, man. I don't know what else to say, right? Yeah, man. I think it's pretty clear at this point the Browns have firmly planted themselves as like the most painful franchise in the NFL, right? You get the Lions as their competitors, but the Lions are up big right now. So, yeah, man, it's tough. But as Sam is saying, you know what? Baseball is cool. I will give you that. This has been a great MLB playoff so far, I got to say. We've had some awesome series, some awesome games, some awesome moments. And I suppose Cleveland, the Guardians, in it right now too, right? Going up against the Yankees. So, a lot of intrigue with that one. Could have some very interesting World Series matchups on our hands here. So, I can't blame you there, but Sam saying baseball is cool. It's the best sport to just have on the background while you play a video game or something. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, man, I'd love having the Twins on while I, like, play the show or something, or I'd throw the Twins on occasionally when NCAA first came out, or have baseball on while I'm, like, working on a video or something. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wolf saying, yeah, I just don't understand baseball, but love that they are in it. Hopefully they beat the Yankees. Dude. Big series, man. Hey, who would have thought, man, Cleveland, like, making it this far, right? I mean, they did win the division, but going into the year, no one really had those expectations for them. Good question from Wolf, though. What is my next video going to be? Yeah, so I've been working on it for a while, but I've been off and on, right? And it's been a lot to balance with streaming and then also work, right? Like, it's been a very busy couple of months for me, honestly, right? And so I'm like trying new things, trying new schedules and routines to like get more time for myself. But I will say I am almost done writing my next video, which really excites me. I don't have the perfect title for it yet, but essentially what it is about the sort of culture war that revolves around analytics, right? And analytics, right, that's such a broad term. What does analytics even mean? What do those like go for it graphics mean? How do they come up with that stuff like that? Why is maybe going for it good or bad? What about 2-point conversions and stuff like that, right? More or less, analytics is one way to put it. I like to think of it as using math to try and win football games, right? It's not just like, oh, well, the charts say to do this, so do it. Like, why would this be a winning play, right? I don't know if I explained that very well, but then like there's a big debate over it. You've got the traditional football fans, right? Things have been done in a certain way in football really since it's ever been played, right? It's a very rigid sport. It's grounded in tradition. That's a big reason why people like it, but it also causes, you know, when change happens, it's kind of scary and uncomfortable. And you've got like this new wave of people coming into football, very scientifically minded people, you know, some dude in glasses telling a coach to go for it on 4th and 3, like didn't used to be that way. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know how well I explain that, but I'm pretty fired up for this one. I think it's going to be pretty good. So I can't tell you when it's going to come out yet, but I've been working on it for a while. I'm going to get pretty ambitious with the editing, I think, but I'm pretty excited for it. So sit tight. Don't worry. It is on its way. It is on its way. Pearchamp saying, kind of crazy how Jordan Love is only 3 passing touchdowns away from leading the total league while missing 2 games. Baker has 15 and Love has 12. Yeah, he's been on a heater. He's been playing good football. He had a great game. He was hooping against the Cardinals yesterday. And, you know, Caden might have gotten a nice view of that. He was over in Lambeau watching that game, but I was tuning into that one a little bit. Yeah, man, he had some good throws in that game. He did have, like, There's that one throw to Dobbs. I mean, it was a nice idea, I guess. Dobbs kind of like had a nice situation. He just threw it up and trusted his guy. Love is definitely like probably 66% Favre, 33% Rodgers. But honestly, dude, it works. It totally works. He's a fun player to watch. And you know what? Got him on one of my fantasy teams. Feeling pretty good right now with all these touchdowns he's thrown for. But yeah. Wolf saying sounds a little bit like Moneyball. That's kind of the inspiration. And I think that the overall aesthetic of the video, right? We're going, without giving away too much, we're kind of going for that aesthetic, so to speak. There's a few scenes from that movie that I'm kind of drawing inspiration from. So we'll see if I'm able to pull it off or not. But I'm pretty fired up with the vision that I have for it. So it's going to be great. We got Henry in here. Let's go. Saying, how's it going, Eric? Good to have you in here, Henry. Just chilling, watching some Monday Night Football. I am fired up for this one, so let's do it. Kira's back in here too. Let's go. Let's go. We are back indeed. You know, we've been chatting for a while, getting settled in. Let's talk about this game here before it gets started, right? Bills versus Jets. Big game. I was thinking about it. I've been thinking about it all day, right? Call me crazy. I changed my pick. I'm going with the Jets in this one. In New York, no James Cook. Shakir's going to play, but he's questionable. Jets backs against the wall. Interim coach boost, right? Defense is still obviously very good. And the one thing we've seen with the Bills so far, right, is if you have really good play in the secondary, if you can kind of clamp up these receivers a little bit, things just get a little bit tighter for their offense. And the whole everybody eats method isn't quite as effective, right? They're on a 2-game losing streak. Obviously, Josh is great. And I like these receivers enough, right? But you know, they go up against Derek Stingley, and he's just kind of able to take away things a little bit. And they went up against the Ravens, and they played him pretty well. And their defense still kind of struggles against the run. And the jury might still be out on this Jets run game a little bit. I love Breece Hall, obviously. That might be one of the few aspects of the run game that I like. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Bills a little banged up. It's in New York. They need this one. And again, I love Josh. Don't you just feel like we're kind of due for a bozo game from him? Just a little bit. I don't know, dude. He's been a little too secure with the football so far this year. I feel like we might be due for a Josh 3-pick game here soon. So I don't know. Maybe that's a silly thing to base this prediction off of, but you look at the way Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed are playing, two fantastic corners, right? I feel like they're going to be able to just win almost every snap against whoever they're going against. I mean, it really is going to have to come down to like, can Kincaid get going? Can they get Shakir open looks from the slot, get him going after the catch, right? And that's kind of been what they're doing, but I don't know. So I'm going to go with the Jets and a squeaker. I'll say Jets 24, Bills 21. How about that? Maybe the blocked kick that I predicted will end up making the difference in this one. But Wolf saying Jordan Love, man, wish I had him, traded him in Madden 24 and traded him in Madden 24, got like 3 first-round picks for it. Oh, could you imagine, though, if that was a real trade? So sorry if I completely butchered that comment there, but Kira Cat saying maybe I should take the Bills then because I know what happened with your pick on Thursday. Ouch. Tough. Fair enough, though. Fair enough. Although I will say, hey, in the pick'em, that's the only game I've gotten wrong so far. At least this week. But yeah, I did maybe big brain myself there picking the Seahawks, and we did see how that went indeed. But Parachamp saying, I think everyone had a good week in the pick'em. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Right on cue. I'm 12-1. Pick the Broncos and going with the Bills tonight. I like it. No, I feel like it was kind of a chalky week, if that makes sense. I don't know. It was weird, but Wolf saying he doesn't believe in the Jets coaching change. He doesn't like it. He thinks the defense will regress under someone different than Saleh. The Bills are going to have a good day with this one. Home field, in my opinion, doesn't exist in the AFC North or AFC East matchups because of the proximity. That's fair too, right? I will say, yeah, I don't love the firing of Saleh, right? At least they kept the defensive guy to keep some continuity there. But again, like, I don't know how you can blame Saleh for this at all, right? And as Schroeder Iceman, welcome to the stream, by the way. Awesome name, is saying with the beautiful title. I mean, hey, we all know why he got fired, right? Let's not kid ourselves. They're going to say otherwise. I don't believe it for a second, dude. Aaron Rodgers made the call. Those two clearly had issues, right? And I do think it's funny if you watched Hard Knocks last year when the Jets were on it, right? Their interim head coach was the dude in the viral clip that was breaking down the Rodgers throw from training camp where he's like, look at that. That's a one-of-one quarterback. He's on our team now. It's like, oh, of course they made him the head coach. Oh, so I thought that was pretty funny too. But Henry asking, what division do you think ends up with the worst record across the board? That's fascinating, right? Because we just got done talking about the NFC North, who, hey, kind of getting things done across the board. Talking about a good division, good record across the board. That's tough to say. Weirdly enough, I think the first answer that comes to mind for me is the AFC West. Obviously, they have the Chiefs, so I feel like that's going to be tough. And the Chargers did win, but Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, not necessarily an inspiring trio. AFC East is kind of an interesting one too, right? Dolphins are struggling, Patriots are struggling. These two teams are definitely the two best teams. I don't know. AFC East is probably, it could be the AFC South. But again, the Texans might buoy them a little bit, but AFC South is having some problems too. But I'm gonna go with the AFC West, as weird as that is. But Sam saying he's got the Bills. Jets are just not allowed to have nice things. Hey, fair enough. That's very sound reasoning, honestly. Like, they're just cosmically not allowed to ever be successful. Tough. I don't envy the life of a Jets fan. I will tell you that. Let's see if we can get this scoreboard working, perhaps. Might have to do something here. Catch up with chat here in a sec. I'm loving the activity, though. There we go. Did I scroll up too much? We're good. We'll make it work. But, all right, first drive. Look at those Jets uniforms. Look at those Jets uniforms. Those are beautiful. Oh, man. I tweeted out, maybe I was slightly factually incorrect. I said these were the Revis era throwbacks. For the most part, they are, but there's a few inspirations from like the Joe Namath days, and so they're calling it the classic uniforms. But, I mean, don't they just make you think of like Revis or Mark Sanchez, right? Oh, but it is so funny. I tweeted out the Matt Damon aging gif. It's like, dude, honestly, it is kind of crazy that like this uniform that they wore until 2018, mind you, is all of a sudden a throwback, right? They changed uniforms, I think it was the second year with Darnold. Darnold wore these uniforms, which is crazy to think about. I'm with you, Henry. The interim pop, dude. The interim pop is totally real. That's like maybe half the reason why I picked them. There's Lazard. Good run on first down. I guess it only got them 3, but it looked like a good run. Honestly, 3 yards is a pretty good run for the Jets these past few weeks. You know, it's so funny. They signed Mike Williams, right? It's like, oh, they got a nice wide receiver too now. Nah, their wide receiver too is still Alan Lazard. It's still a Lazard. Rodgers is just going to go to him. Pearchamp is also with the Josh Allen Bozo. Oh, Josh Allen had a Bozo game against the Texans. He could just not connect to any receivers. Yeah, and it was tough without Shakir. And high key got concussed. Honestly, it was pretty bad that he even came back in the game. Like, bro, he probably should not have been in there. Oh, Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson. Hello. Oh, man. It would just be good for the sport if Garrett Wilson could get fired up and like start producing the way that like I know that he can. Look at that move after the catch right there. They absolutely force-fed it to him in London, and it was kind of ugly and inefficient at times, but there you go right there. Easy look and a nice little juke after the catch. He's so good after the catch too. Like honestly, he's so unbelievably talented. I think we all know that. And we were hoping with Rodgers in there that he can finally hit that level. Also, Wilson low-key did not get set on that play, but big run by Brees. Here we go. Jets looking good early. The Brees chance coming in. Wolf saying he's eating a buffalo chicken pizza. I think that's got to count for something with the pizza. That's awesome. Oh, that sounds good. Buffalo chicken pizza. Been a minute since I've had that. You know, back in high school, I will say Fargo Public Schools did not have a lot of great lunch options, but occasionally they had a buffalo chicken pizza. I think it was only for my junior and senior year of high school. Oh, that was some good stuff. Some of the best stuff they ever offered. Although nothing will top the spicy chicken patty. Oh, that was goated. A lot of people didn't like it. Not me. I was different. Kira Cat saying he believes there are 0 upsets this week so far, at least. It sure feels that way, right? I mean, there's no like shock result there, honestly. I'm looking at like the scoreboard. Nah, like it was very chalky all across the board. Very chalky. It is cold and windy. Nah, I saw like some pregame videos of the ESPN countdown crew and the wind was blowing all over. It's like, could make for an interesting game. There's Garrett Wilson in the backfield. Get it to him with a blocker. There you go. I feel like we've seen a lot of receivers in the backfield this week. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like we saw that a lot with Jamar Chase last night since he was doing that a lot. Wolf saying, can't wait to see how the Browns got this bad on Hard Knocks. Wait, are they on in-season Hard Knocks? Oh, could you imagine? Maybe I'm mistaken, but Wolf said he really thought the Browns are about to have a good year, but I just think Watson won't fit in with the culture that's being built. David Njoku is also injured, which is hard to fathom too. He was a stud. He was so good last year, man. And he's gotten so good as a blocker too. Big third down here for the Jets. Can they finish this drive off in the red zone? Oh, it's dropped. Oh, was that Breece Hall? Yeah. Oh, that's tough, dude. Dude, that's a tough way to end the drive. They were looking so good. They ripped off a few big runs. They got Garrett Wilson going. Not the best ball by Rodgers there. Breece Hall kind of had to reach out for that one a little bit. Maybe CMC catches that one and turns upfield. Rodgers is like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Bro, you made the sandwich. That's got to be a better ball. I say that sitting here in my office chair, but man. All right, here we go. As Joe Buck is saying, windy night. How's the kicking game going to be? First one up and good. All right, all things considered, pretty good drive for the Jets here. 3-0. Rodgers 3 for 4, but that miss might have cost him some points. Man, and he knows it. He looks frustrated right now. But promising start for the Jets. Let's see how this Bills offense can respond. Man, I'm really interested to see how this Bills offense looks first drive, right? Hasn't been quite as good these past few weeks. There were Josh Allen MVP talks being led by yours truly after 3 games. And maybe that's why we got to chill with award talks until like Thanksgiving. But honestly, it's so fun. Like, can you really blame me, right? But yeah, they haven't been running people over, so they're going to have to get something going in the passing game because it did look pretty bad against Houston. It was just so tight. Things are being scattered all over the field. How is Josh going to look? Is he going to look healthy? He's going to look all the way there, Legit questions. But let's see, where was I in chat? Wolf saying, honestly, the Jets could also be like Ken Dorsey last year and be better without him. Yeah, that is true. A lot of people panned the Ken Dorsey firing last year too, and that totally worked out for the Bills. Joe Brady has been an upgrade. Spicy chicken sandwich shout out. Let's go. Wolf is about to say something controversial, but Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce at the Guards game, we about to win due to the script. Let's go. Hey, the script is in, right? It's rigged for the Guardians. Let's go. We need a Taylor Swift World Series too. Oh, that'd be awesome. Kira Cat saying Amari Cooper is pretty visibly done with being in Cleveland. We could use him in Denver. Oh, yeah, right. Get Denver another receiver. I mean, Cortland Sutton is good for like a sick catch every week, right? But you just feel like you need another guy there. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely something Denver's going to be targeting this offseason, whether it's the draft or free agency. Or they could trade for him, right? Go get your quarterback, a guy to help develop him. But yeah, Cooper seems pretty checked out in Cleveland. And honestly, I can't blame him that much. It's tough. Sebastian saying he looks frustrated with life in general. He does, man. He really does. He needs to go back to Costa Rica and trip on, is it ayahuasca? Is that how you say it? He needs another ayahuasca trip, or he needs to go to the pyramids of Egypt and find himself. He needs to be enlightened. Parachamp saying Jets should have gone for it, established a dominant start. I wouldn't have hated that, honestly, right? Just set the tone, right? Assert your dominance. I wouldn't have hated that. I wonder what the numbers were for that. Sebastian saying Canadian Thanksgiving was yesterday, so you can talk about awards, no problem. Boom. Let's go. Hey, all right. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Let's go. Parker's in here. Welcome to the stream, Parker. Good to have you in here. Don't forget your plane tickets. Sorry. Say thoughts on Sam Darnold and the Hawk Tua girl. Yeah, Sam Darnold's going to be on Talk Tua, right? That's the deal, right? Sam Darnold goes on Talk Tua, wins MVP. Skibbity Riz, Ohio Lunchley. Parachap saying, do the Jags get the #1 overall pick again for the third time in 5 years? There's a shot. They've got a real competitor down in Carolina, though, I got to say. I don't know, man. I don't know. Panthers are pretty bad. But the Jags are really struggling. I will say, I don't know that Doug Peterson makes it back as the Jaguars head coach when they return to the United States. They've got one more London game. Dude, they might need to win or he's donezo. He might be donezo either way, but yeah, his seat is scorching hot. Get to your comment here in a sec, Wolf, but I have thought about that. I'll try and figure out a way to actually do that. Ty Johnson getting the start, I guess. First play, Ty Johnson off the edge, right? No James Cook here tonight for the Bills. I had said over Xbox, hey, Ray Davis time, right? Nah, Ty Johnson, who I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is he a former Jet? I'm not going to look because I might want to pull that up for the halftime immaculate grid. I think he's a former Jet. I might be mistaken, but I swear he's been on the Jets too. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Oh, there's Kincaid breaking a tackle. Ooh. Wow. Some jawing with Kincaid as if he didn't just completely truck him. I respect it. But I just think it's so funny to like woof at him when he just completely bowled you over. Oh, man. Oh, baby. Kiri Cat saying that's the worst thing ever. I'm assuming you mean my brain rot mumbo jumbo that I just went off on. There's Ray Davis. Intriguing rookie, more of a receiving back, but going to get a lot of carries tonight. This Bills team is still going to want to run the ball. Henry saying, very curious if the Bills receivers can get their stuff together. They looked tough last week. Yeah, again, right? It's just everyone eats as nice until it ain't. Everyone eats as nice until it ain't. I wonder, Henry, you're talking about your fantasy team. I wonder if you played Keon Coleman today. I don't know, dude. They have a tough assignment against this Jets secondary, believe me. Looking at what they did to Jefferson and Addison, man, that was about as good of a game as you could possibly have asked from them. Ray Davis running nasty. Look at him go, man. It almost sounds a little patronizing. Oh, look at him go. But, like, look at him get downhill. Look at the blocking. Oh, man. Something I've talked about, I've beat this to death throughout the season going into the year. Jets defensive line, good. Not quite as deep as it used to be. Man, Bills running the ball early. Henry said he started Conklin ahead of Ty Johnson. A bit nervous with that decision. Yeah, I will say it is going to be pretty evenly split maybe between Ray Davis and Ty Johnson. There's Ray Davis again. Wolf with a good question. Am I starting a Discord or any social media? I do have Twitter, which if you don't follow Twitter, go follow it. It's at Dr_Pigskin, right? Gotta plug myself a little bit. I have thought about starting a Discord. I've been actually requested to start a Discord a few times, so maybe I got to take that as a sign and actually do it. Maybe that's a conversation that I'll have and I'll seriously think about it, right? Maybe I should. I don't know. If there's enough interest in it, I would. I've always been like, no, I'm not big enough yet. I need to wait. But if people are into that, I got to do what the people want. I always thought it'd be fun, right? It'd be a nice tool to have. Be nice to interact with you guys a little bit more. So I tell you what, I'll sleep on it, but I don't hate that idea. If there's enough interest there, I will totally do it, man. I don't hate that idea. I think Pearchamp was asking about it too. And of course, Caden's always been pushing me to expand the brand a little bit too. Got to get some Dr. TikToks going. That's another thing. Yeah. And that's the other thing I said, this summer I'm going to start doing TikToks, right? And again, I think one of the other things with me too, and this is fair, and I've thought about this and I've had a lot of people ask me, I want to be careful not spreading myself too thin, right? Also, Ray Davis might just score. Oh, he almost did. The Bills are marching. Wow. I'm not feeling good about my Jets pick based off this first drive. It's just one drive. But, I've always said I don't want to spread myself too thin, right? These videos take a while to make, and especially like trying to balance that with work and just keeping my overall general sanity, right? Touchdown, Josh Allen. Flag is down. We'll see about that. And TikToks are nice to get short form out. Short form is in with the kids. I've looked at the viewer demographics. A lot of my viewers watch shorts and TikToks and all that, right? There's just some mental barrier that's kept me from doing it. And honestly, at some point I'm just going to swallow my pride and do it. Cause honestly, it would be good for me. It would totally help. But that's another conversation I'll need to have with myself, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Kira Cat saying smaller Discords are kind of sweet too. Not going to lie. Parachamp would be down for the Discord. You did suggest it. Yeah. Wolf saying, am I going to do a Madden rebuild series for side content or is Madden 2 trash? I tell you what. I have got a crazy, zany, mind-blowing Madden idea in the chamber, and I almost did it last summer, but I think I just need to develop it a little bit more. It is seriously one of the craziest things I'll probably ever do, but I'm seriously so excited for it. Here's what I'll say. I'm going to tease it a little bit more. Hold tight. This offseason, you will get your Madden fix. I will tell you what, I am not above Madden whatsoever. So, I will tell you this, there will be something and it's going to rule. I am unreasonably excited for it. It is extremely self-indulgent, but I think you guys would enjoy it. If you like this channel, I think you'd enjoy it. There you go. Touchdown, Josh. Just shove him in. What a drive from the Bills. Run the rock. Josh throws it once. This is a Dolphins Thursday night football type of drive right here, right? Josh threw the ball 19 times in that game. Just ran it down the Jets' throat. Josh Allen punches it in. How about it? Henry saying to not push myself and to do things and you don't think you'll enjoy it. Hey, it's not that I won't enjoy it, It's just, I think my line of thinking, at least this summer, was I wanted to prioritize my videos. And if I added TikToks to my plate too, that gets to be so much. And I love my writing too as nice little side content. But I tell you what, I've been thinking a lot about my next chapter here this past month professionally, which I will continue to be thinking about that for the next 5 months. But believe me, I have the future of Dr. Pigskin in mind when I make these decisions, as crazy as that might sound. But I definitely have a vision for what I want this to be one day, and it's pretty exciting. So might take a while to get there, right? Got to be patient. Man, that is a skill I've had to learn a lot. We're getting deep all of a sudden. Touchdown Bills, by the way. But yeah. Anyways, enough of that emotions crap. Football, Josh Allen touchdown run. Men hitting men, carrying a ball. Hurt my voice. But I'm loving the content talk. I love checking the pulse of my subscribers too, seeing what you guys feel. Especially those that watch my streams, right? Y'all are the real ones. Y'all are the real OGs. Y'all are the ones who really, really get the Dr. Pigskin love, right? So I love it. But Yankees home run. Dang, who hit it? Let's take a look here real quick. Yankees home run. Ain't no way it was Judge, right? Judge home run is impossible. It was Soto. Well, there you go. It's 1-0. That was a solo shot. A lot of game left. Parachamp saying that was his first touchdown this week in fantasy. Thanks for the 1-yard TD, Allen. That's crazy. That's terrible luck, man. I feel like you got to be terribly unlucky to wait till Monday night to get your first touchdown in fantasy. That's tough. But hey, rushing touchdown by your quarterback, that's a good thing to have, right? I don't know what your score is, but if you want to rally, just hope for a Josh Allen 6 rushing touchdown game. Kira Cat saying yikes. Anyways, yikes for the Jets defense, man. Did they get him to third down at all? They probably did a few times, right? We weren't super locked in for that drive, but that's okay. We were chilling. No, the Bills did not get the third down once on that drive. That's crazy. 9 plays, 70 yards, and they didn't face a single third down. That, my friends, is domination right there. Man, and the Jets moved the ball well in their own right on the first drive. But again, like, it's just tough to leave those points on the table, especially in a big game like this. Pear Champ, you might have been cooking with saying they should have gone for it. Easy to say in hindsight, obviously, right? But man, here you go. You got to come out and like get back into it a little bit. Wow, thank you, Pear Champ. I'm already reading the comment. I haven't even finished reading it, and I'm like getting emotional, saying he's been loving all the streams and content I've been making. Hope and know that all the work I'm doing is appreciated. Hope can remember little old Pear Champ when you get 1 million subscribers. Well, I appreciate it so much, man. That is seriously very kind of you. And believe me, dude, every single person in the stream right now, no matter what happens with this channel, if it stays put at 5.53K forever, or it ever does somehow hit 1 million subscribers, believe me, I'll remember all of you guys. But that was awesome. Appreciate it. Kira Cat saying 70 yards in 9 plays and 8 of them are rushing. Yeah, just pound it, right? Just pounding it. Hate to use the Vikings game as like my frame of reference for everything, but that is definitely the Jets game I've been the most locked in for. I will say the Vikings were not running the ball like this against the Jets last week, with or without Aaron Jones. You know, they still got big Quinn and Williams up front, right? So, I mean, they're maybe a little bit weaker in the pass rush, but they're just nasty up front still in general. Todd Downing is the play caller. That's right. The Todd Downing of Titans infamy. The Todd Downing. Yeah, man, that's crazy. They demoted Hackett. That was shocking. I thought Hackett was going to be the interim. That would have been hilarious. Here you go. What do you got here, Jets? First quarter's almost half gone now. Breece Hall, kind of a draw. I don't know. Looked a little awkward. Maybe it was awkward by design. Maybe not, but running like 3 maybe. Man, Breece is another player. Like, you could just tell he's so good. Like, he's such a great player, but just hasn't always been in the greatest environment and hasn't always had his chance to shine, you know. But I feel like people recognize, like, the talent of Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. Just hasn't quite been there for him, you know. There you go. Get Wilson going at the snap. Dump off to Breece. He's got blockers. Cuts it back. Breece Hall up past midfield. You're saying Hackett as the interim would instantly make them the worst coach team in the league. Trust me, as a Broncos fan. You know, a lot of people gave Sean Payton flack for this. Remember his comments where he said Nathaniel Hackett did such a terrible, terrible job, right? People are like, that's kind of mean. Maybe. He was also kind of right. I mean, you look at how much better the Broncos are playing without Hackett. Maybe he was right, man. Maybe he was right. And he's just straight up not been a good offensive coordinator for the Jets either. Rodgers will dump it off after going all the way back. They're going to gain yards off of that. Look at how far back Rodgers was. He just kept drifting back. Wow. I will say with Hackett too, it's funny how he got this head coaching job, right? Like, he was the Packers offensive coordinator, but the one caveat as well, you have Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones and a great offensive line. And the other caveat was he didn't even call the plays. It was Matt LaFleur. So he was the offensive coordinator for an Aaron Rodgers offense who also didn't even call the plays. But he was the head coach. There's Braylon Allen. Man, he's looked good too. Jets have a good-looking backfield. Sebastian saying, nah, it would work this time. Just trust me. I'm sure that's what he was saying, right? Just trust me. Aaron Rodgers would make him a good head coach. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess we barely saw Rodgers with him as OC, but it's not like the Jets looked great on offense with Hackett as OC, the first 5 games? Excuse me. Need to clear my throat a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a sec, Sebastian, because after watching the Packers this year and last year, I've got a Matt LaFleur take. Oh, looking for Mike Williams there. Yeah, no, I honestly think LaFleur does deserve the majority of credit, and especially given what's happened now with Rodgers kind of calling the shots here and like the style of offense that the Jets run, right? I've said this many times, but I just want to like drive it home, right? Aaron Rodgers is the absolute antithesis of what a Shanahan quarterback is, right? Aaron Rodgers hates all this pre-snap motion. He doesn't mind getting under center, but he likes to get in shotgun. He likes to go quick. He likes to catch the defense off and like do his cadences and stuff, right? And he likes to hit like deep shots, at least like in the prime of his career. Also, Breece Hall, nice run, right? He like openly like disagreed with Matt LaFleur, and like he would say to the press, like, I don't know why we're doing all this motion stuff. Like, I don't like it, right? And the first year with LaFleur, the Packers won 13 games, but like Rodgers was all right, and you could just tell there's a little bit of disjointedness. Somehow, Matt LaFleur got Aaron Rodgers to buy in for 2 years, and they were like the 2 best years of Rodgers' career. They were unstoppable. They were unbelievable. LaFleur got Rodgers to buy in and run his offense. I don't know. He deserves so much credit for doing that, man. And we saw how dominant they were. And now you look at what LaFleur does with developing Jordan Love, going 2-0 with Malik Willis. Like, dude, are there 5 coaches better than Matt LaFleur? Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know, man. And I'm saying this as a Vikings fan. He was my preseason pick for Coach of the Year. He's got a shot. I absolutely think he's one of the best in the game right now. No, he deserves. It's so funny. Like when Rodgers left, it was like, we're about to find out about LaFleur. Nah, dude, he's earned so much of the credit for like his insane record. Like he has an insane record. He's already hit 60 wins too. Rodgers with time. Oh, it's batted down. Ain't no way another drive stalls out in the red zone. Jets not able to finish their drive so far. But yeah, I'm going to give Matt LaFleur some love always. Henry saying, who do you think the Jets' #1 head coaching target is this offseason? You know, it would be hilarious for content, right? Bill Belichick. And I alluded to this in the Los Pollos Hermanos group chat. Like, there's no way Bill would ever come here with his history with the Jets, right? Joining the Jets and quitting on them his first day there. Just always hating on the Jets. Always dunking on them in his press conferences. All the nasty, nasty things he did to him. But, like, timeline-wise, that would make sense if you're a win now, right? Let me think for a sec here as the play clock runs down. Rodgers slings it. Oh, did Wilson catch it? Out of bounds. Oh, that would have been dirty. That would have been dirty. Wilson is adamant that he caught it. Oh, Rodgers off platform looking like his younger self. Getting it to Garrett Wilson. Oh, did he? Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see this angle. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. Did he catch that? Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, man. Oh my gosh. That's one of the sickest catches you'll see all year. Oh, this is what we were dreaming of with these two linking up, right? Yeah, that's a touchdown. Oh my goodness. Oh, dude. I don't care what your rooting interest is in this game. That's sick. That is good football right there. Shoot, dude. We got ourselves a game here. Let's go. Oh, man. Sorry, I'll get the chat in a sec, but let's just, as JT would say, let this wash over you. Oh, my goodness. The throw by Rodgers, too. Jets with a big answer. Looked like they might have left some more points on the table. The leg drag. Yeah, sometimes you see toe drag. Oh, no, he missed it. Oh, I swear he missed it. It looked like he missed it. Am I going crazy? Anyways, that is a sick throw by Rodgers, too. That is Packers Aaron right there, man. Oh. You know, say what you want about Rodgers. I've certainly got my own opinions on him. It's kind of fun watching him throw the football, though, isn't it? You can't lie to yourself. It's kind of fun watching him throw the football like that, isn't it? But 10-7 Jets, big answer. Let's get back to chat. Apparently, Bill's a candidate for Dallas. That would be hilarious. Bill and Jerry. I would be here for it, though. See, for the Jets, I don't want to say like an offensive coach because, again, like like Ben Johnson and Aaron Rodgers, that just doesn't make sense to me, right? Ben Johnson wants to do his thing. Rodgers wants to do his thing, right? Dude, I don't know. Like maybe a defensive guy. Heaven forbid it's like Brian Flores, right? Like, please, no. No, thank you. He's good. He's good. He's trying to sue the NFL, remember? Yeah. I don't know. Trying to think of like other good defensive assistants who are doing well right now, like Vance Joseph. I don't know that he'd get another head coaching shot though. Shoot, man. Other good defensive assistants. I'm like looking around the league right now. That is a tough question. I truly don't know like who they would think. Aaron Glenn. I think someone was saying Aaron Glenn in chat maybe. I don't hate that one, honestly. Go hire Aaron Glenn. How about Sebastian saying his dream scenario is Saleh becoming the Lions DC if Aaron Glenn gets head coaching consideration somewhere. Nah, someone is gonna make Robert Saleh like their DC for his rehab project, and they're gonna enjoy that decision. Saleh is a good coach in my opinion, man. I really do think so. And it just goes to show, like, not only have the Jets, like, done well, like, statistically, but I think he deserves a lot of credit for the way they've been able to develop some of these players, right? Like, DJ Reed coming over here and, like, being all right in Seattle and turning into, like, a legit amazing corner, right? Or, like, Quincy Williams, right? We saw him churn out guys like John Franklin Myers. Look at Will McDonald, who's killing it now. So I think he deserves a lot of credit for that, too. 3 on base. 3 on the base for the Yankees, I'm assuming. 22 more points for Wilson, Caden says. He's trying to launch that epic fantasy comeback. It might happen. It might be one of those nights, man. 3 for 33 and a touchdown. My goodness. It did look like he missed it, didn't it? Also, welcome to the stream, Stupidity. Can't believe I missed that earlier. Saying, hey, Doc, a bit late, but glad to be here. Where do you think Saleh goes next year? Do you think he gets a head coaching job or back to DC for him? Well, to answer your question, I kind of already half answered it. I am going to say DC somewhere. I think he'll take a year or two as a DC and then maybe get another shot, right? Give him a chance to shine. I would love to see a team that's like on the verge. Honestly, I would love to see your Colts get Robert Saleh. I think that would be a fantastic move for them. I would so be down with Saleh to the Colts. Or as a replacement if Flores or Aaron Glenn take a head coaching job too. I don't know. I already have a Robert Saleh to the Colts timeline in my head now, and I've convinced myself it's going to happen. I like that. We got Michael in here. Welcome to the stream, Michael. Good to have you in here. Saying, yo, Eric, how was that Halloween party and what was my costume? Halloween party was awesome, man. It was a lot of fun. Out in Woodstock, Georgia. I was driving back Sunday morning. That's why there was no Dr. Pigskin pregame stream. It was a lot of fun, though. I was Timmy Turner and Christine was Trixie Tang from Fairly Odd Parents, if you guys watched that show back in the day. So I had the Timmy Turner fit on. It was so sick. I had the jeans, pink shirt, pink hat tilted all the way up. It was awesome. I had crazy aura. I can't lie. No, it was a lot of fun though. Thank you for asking. Good to have you in here, Michael. Yeah, dude, everyone wants to hold on to their DCs, don't they, Kira? Don't steal Vance Joseph. That's the struggle of having a good coordinator. You feel like you're just on borrowed time with him. That'd be another interesting video. The coordinator quandary, right? You want a good coordinator, but not where they're too good, because then they get hired away. Unless you're like Steve Spagnuolo, then you're just like, I'm just going to stick around forever. Or Ben Johnson, I guess. But thank you, Michael. It was pretty sick. Stupidity saying, bro, Gus Bradley has got to be out the door this year. If Saleh comes to the Colts, I'm going to cry. Colts might make a Super Bowl run. That would be such an insane upgrade at defensive coordinator. And I loved Gus Bradley, right? Ties to North Dakota State, but it's time, dude. It's time. He's got to go. Here we go. 3rd down and 6. Can the Jets get a stop here? They bring some pressure. Allen, oh, he's tackled short of the sticks. What a play by DJ Reed. Dude, he is playing some of his best football right now. Honestly, the game he played against the Vikings last week was unbelievable. Dude, we couldn't get a single thing going throwing to his side of the field. That is some of the best coverage I've ever seen against Justin Jefferson. And he clamped down Addison, too. He had an unbelievable game. Good play right there, too, getting Curtis Samuel, who is not an easy guy to tackle. Bringing him down short of the sticks. Bills are going to punt. Jets have the lead, and they're getting the ball back. Man. Feels like it's been a quick first quarter. And that one's going to be a touchback. Big answer from the Jets. We got a game, folks. We got a good game here. Uh-oh. Guards are struggling. Ugh, tough. But it's kind of crazy. You're already thinking about the head coaching carousel, right? If we're going to be doing some head coach matchmaking, I've said this one already. Let's get Ben Johnson to Jacksonville, right? Please and thank you. I just want to see something. Let's make it happen. Other guys who might be firing their coach. Dude, Dallas is about to fire their coach. All right, let's go build a Dallas. That would be fun, right? Build a Dallas. We'll go Ben Johnson to Jacksonville. We'll go Robert Saleh to Colts defensive coordinator. And for the Jets, we'll go Aaron Glenn. Crazy. The Vikings keep all their coordinators and the Lions lose both of theirs in Dr. Pigskin's fantasy world. Crazy how that works. Brian Flores stays forever and Aaron Glenn leaves. There you go. Get it back to Brees. Play fake. Free play, maybe. Rodgers wants it. Going deep. He's got Wilson. Oh, they're going to get another flag. Oh, that's so tough. That's so tough. Oh, the Bills can't believe it. You could see the look on his face. He's like, what? Really? Dang. They get the free play, and then they get the deep PI. They almost hit that throw, too. That would have been an insane connection. That is going to be one heck of a penalty right there. Now, Garrett Wilson's crouching down on the sideline. Oh, it was a legal formation. Oh, no. It's not going to count. They offset. Oh, wow. Could you imagine if that got picked off? Rodgers hucked that thing thinking he had a free play. Wow. Illegal formation to nullify the PI. Yeah, he got his arms there a tad early, maybe. I think it's fair that they offset. How about that? I think it's fair that essentially just goes as a down that doesn't exist. Wolf asking if I think Stefanski is going to get fired. He doesn't want him to. I feel like they might ride it out with him at this point, right? I will say, I don't know. Like, he's in such a tough spot, but also part of me is just like, dude, just bench him. Just bench him. Whatever. If the Haslams are going to fire you for benching him, then who's going to want to work for them, right? Like, the Browns owners have got to know, if they fire Stefanski for benching Watson, like, any serious coach is going to see that and say, no thanks, right? So part of me wants to see Kevin Stefanski just like stand on the table and be like, you know what? You may own the team, but I run it. So get out of my way. I'm benching Watson. Like, wouldn't that be so sick? But he hasn't done it. I mean, he had his presser today. He's like, yeah, Deshaun's going to give us the best chance to win the football game. Meanwhile, the Haslams are probably behind the camera, like pointing a gun at him or something. No, it's just a sucky situation all around, right? Part of me wants to blame Stefanski. I don't know if I can bring myself to do it, but part of me is like, you kind of chose this life too, dude. Like, you kind of chose this too a little bit. But he's on thin ice. I don't know, dude. Somehow I think he's going to survive. He's been a good enough coach there. I think he'll survive. And it's like obvious. It's not like the offense isn't struggling because of him necessarily, but Parachamp saying game of the week was definitely Ravens and Commanders. Hope Washington changes their name, though. Yeah, Commanders is kind of, I don't know. Football team was kind of fun a little bit, but I was hoping for like the Red Tails or the Red Wolves. That would have been sick. But now here's what I'll say about Washington. They make me look foolish every single week, and honestly, they lost, but that might have been their most impressive performance yet. They lost by 7 on the road to the Ravens, and they did not look like a terrible, terrible inferior team compared to them. Honestly, man, I honestly think week 6, Dr. Pigskin is going to say that the Commanders, at the very least, look like the favorites in the division. Now, their defense still is a little concerning, but it hasn't been an issue, right? And honestly, Jaden has just been so much better than I expected. Cliff Kingsbury has been so much better than I expected. The running game, the offensive line have both been so much better than I expected. The defense has been rough, but the offense has been like legitimately great. And it's been great enough for long enough where it's like, man, even if it comes back to earth a little bit, it's not going to be a disaster, right? 4-2 is enough of a cushion. Like, we might seriously be seeing the Commanders in the playoffs here. The Commanders might be hosting a playoff game. And I was like, this team sucks. Nothing they do is going to work. I don't know, man. I don't know. They played a good game against Baltimore. I got to tip my cap to them. They have really proven me wrong. Not like they care, right? Not like Jaden Daniels in the hut and like, prove the doctor wrong on 3. 1, 2, 3, prove the doctor wrong, but the nullification went crazy. Michael wants to make Fireman Ed immortal. Talk about a legend, a dude that's been through the trenches, right? The guy that leads the Jets, Jets chant. We need more Fireman Ed in the world, right? Wolf saying, if Stefanski made Flacco look good, imagine what we could do with Matt Stafford. Oh, Stafford. We know how I feel about Stafford. Imagine the Browns with Mayfield or Jacoby Brissett, baby. How about Jacoby Brissett? Hey, we all know who the better quarterback was on the 2021 or 2022 Browns, excuse me. I might have had a slight crash out on Twitter when Brissett got benched. We'll talk about Drake May in a little bit. Honestly, he played pretty well, all things considered. He played pretty well. I had my eye on that game, though, for reasons. I felt like such a hater. I don't hate Drake May or the Patriots, but just after everything that happened this offseason, part of me was like, I hope he stinks. I have the whole neutral football enjoyer shtick, right? And I really try and be like unbiased when I analyze the game, right? I'm tripping over my words, right? We know how many times I've picked against the Vikings and I had them like going 7-10 or whatever, right? But there'll always be a little bit of Vikings fan in me. And you know what? I'm not going to run from it. That's who I am, right? That's part of the appeal, hopefully. There's Garrett Wilson. Clearly not injured for long. Going to him on 3rd down. Big pickup right there. But there's part of it's like, I hope he stinks. That and I got my whole quarterbacks are overvalued agenda too. But no, honestly, he played pretty well. He did. He looked better than Jacoby. He did. Just his escapability gives the Patriots offense a dimension it just quite simply did not have, Like he could actually evade some pass rushers, As much as I love Jacoby, that dude is an absolute statue. And a statue behind the worst offensive line in the league ain't going to work. Good play there by the Bills. Teron Johnson is back. He's been out a little bit, right? Good to see him back making plays. He used to be a guy that teams would pick on in the run game a little bit, right? Just run it on his side. Just get a big dude in the slot and just block the crap out of the nickel corner. But good to see him make a play in the run game there. Great player. Great in coverage, obviously, but improved in the run game. Henry says that they remind him of the Kingsbury 2019 Cardinals that started 6-0 or something and crashed down to earth, right? And again, there's a part of me that could see that happening. We have seen this with Cliff a couple of times. I'm assuming you're talking about the Commanders, right? Where they start out so hot. Oh my goodness. Woo-hoo! Wow. What a play right there. But anyways, Terrell Bernard got me distracted. We have seen that a few times, and like the defense is truly bad. But I don't want to sound like a hater when I say the Commanders could regress, right? I will say they're the favorites. I'm not saying they're going to win the division yet. I won't quite go that far. But it's been like a quarter of the season now, and they've looked good enough where it's like, okay, this is very clearly not the worst team in football, which I was saying not even a month ago. But drop the shovel pass. I mean, they weren't getting it either way, right? Too many good plays in the backfield by the Bills. My goodness, dude. I need a drink of water. I'm getting words mixed up right now. But yeah, I mean, I could see it. I will say there's a small part of me that wouldn't be shocked. My goodness. There is a small part of me that would not be shocked if the Commanders wound up going 9-8 and just missing the playoffs or something like that. But we'll see. A lot of season left. Wolf saying, honestly, I think Bryce Young is worth taking a chance on simply because of the culture the Browns have, wanting to prove everyone wrong. I think that will move on to Bryce Young. Plus, what can we lose? Oh, right. Someone's got to take a flyer on him. I do wonder if we see him come back in this year, though, right? And we saw him play a little bit. They had the one game, Dalton coming in, pop against the Raiders, right? Honestly, the offense hasn't been that much better with Dalton as opposed to Bryce. It really hasn't. It's been a little better. Hasn't been that much better. I don't know, man. So I wonder if Bryce comes back in, but if he doesn't, yeah, why not trade for him? Why not take a shot? What it'll cost, like a 4th or a 5th? Go for it, right? Let him sit a year maybe, and then just like when you have nothing to lose, just throw him in, see what happens, right? Worst thing, you're out of a 5th round pick. Yeah, it's tough, but it's worth it, I would say. Imagine the Browns with Jameis Winston. Oh, yeah, it's like they have him, right? Just waiting in the wings to come off the bench a little bit. Michael saying, imagine the Browns with a fusion of Colt McCoy and Brandon Whedon with a hint of Seneca Wallace. Oh, how about a little Austin Davis while we're at it? Seneca Wallace is a great pull, though. Browns legend Seneca Wallace. Yeah. Somewhere, someone's got that Browns jersey with all the different quarterbacks since Tim Couch, right? They like taped over it, and then they've got like the entire back of the jersey is covered with names at this point. You can't even see the number. Somewhere, someone's got that. Oh, Guardian's not looking good right now, apparently, according to Wolf, our baseball correspondent. Tough scenes. Tackle to half. Yeah, the Bills are hitting on that drive, right? They're trying to get back in this game. Been very few possessions in this game so far, right? A lot of long drives, right? Bills ran the ball. Jets have been hitting those short passes and running the ball a little bit. I believe this is only the 3rd drive for the Bills. So, 1 touchdown on 2 drives. That's pretty good. Sebastian says he'd like to see what they could do with the Deshaun Kaiser guy I've been hearing about. He's supposed to be the next Tom Brady. Dude, what, did he like go a full season and like he didn't lose a game, right? Or, I got it wrong, bro. He didn't win a game. It's funny. I like Deshaun Kaiser coming out of college, and like I was like a stupid 16-year-old who didn't know what I was talking about. Not that I know what I'm talking about now, clearly, because we were just talking about the Commanders. But like, I was like, I kind of like this Deshaun Kaiser guy. Yeah, man, he was horrible. Although, to be fair, a lot of people did. Like Brett Coleman liked Deshaun Kaiser too. So, but you can't bat 1,000, right? I believe the next year I followed that up with, I really like Josh Rosen. I did also like Lamar in that class, though. So, hey, you win some, you lose some, but we focus on the wins. But we'll own up to our losses here on Dr. Pigskin. Sam saying, yeah, the commies aren't the worst in the NFL. That'll be the loser of the Epic Tank Bowl in London next week. Yeah, dude. Getting up at 9:30 in the morning for that game is going to be a bit of a chore. You know I will, though. You know I will. Got to watch my precious Jaguars, right? That game might be crazy. It'll be fun to watch Drake May, though, against a worse defense, right? Drake May with time in the pocket might be fun to watch. So, but Josh Rosen, he could have been good if he wasn't instantly starting the worst situation in the league. Kaiser, yeah, I mean, you could say that about most quarterbacks, right? I really do think probably one of the 3 biggest factors for a quarterback succeeding in the NFL is the team that drafts him. Just straight up, right? I mean, I don't know. There's just so much evidence. I mean, look at Sam Darnold. It's not like Darnold is amazing, but like the offense is working and he's winning because he's in a good situation now, Allen, all sorts of time. Now he gets flushed out. Got to be careful in the end zone. Allen loves those throws. Oh, it's dropped. Or did he catch it? Did Ray Davis catch it? We'll see about the flag. It's a little suspicious when there's that much time. But Josh Allen, how many times have we seen Josh hit that specific genre of throw where he's almost out of bounds? He's like drifting like over the sideline and he somehow makes it. We saw him hit one against the Ravens. Oh, it's on the defense. That is an unbelievable play by Josh. And you know what? Good effort by Ray Davis to catch that. That's a tough catch. He's got to leap up and grab it. He bobbles it and still comes down with it, right? That's a running back we're talking about. That's a heck of a play by Ray Davis, too. But that I feel like one day, like, we got to name that type of throw after Josh Allen. Like, we got to call it the Josh or something, right? When you're rolling out and you're like at the sideline and you still make the throw. I know he didn't invent like rolling out, but like he gets so close to being out of bounds on some of those and he always hits them, man. I feel like we got to call it the Josh. Then we follow it up with a false start. Ugh. Yeah. Sebastian saying, to be fair on Deshaun getting drafted to the Browns in the mid-2010s was like being dragged into the 56th circle of hell. He didn't really have much of a chance. Yeah. It's honestly, it's more and more shocking when you think about it that Baker Mayfield was like somewhat successful. And they like did it. They actually did draft pretty well for a few years when they had Baker too. But man, you know, they're just doomed from the start. I like that question, Henry. I'll get to that here in a sec after this play. I'll have to think about it too. I've got one name in my mind. Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson. All right, so Henry, honestly, first name that comes to mind for me is Isaiah Simmons. I thought he was going to change the sport as we know it. Oh, he doesn't have one singular position. Dude, who cares? He's sick at safety and linebacker, right? This dude is like 6'4" and can play safety. I thought he was going to be Kyle Hamilton while also like being Fred Warner. I loved Isaiah Simmons so much, dude. I was like, this is the best player in the draft. He's going to be so sick. And honestly, he's found a decent role for himself with the Giants. He really has as like a blitzer, just like a dude that you shoot out of a cannon, right? Like he has carved out a decent career for himself, but man, he's not like the defensive player of the year type of guy that I thought he was going to be. Just a complete game wrecker that you could put all over the field. He was such a beast at Clemson. And just like you look at his measurables and it's just so easy to get excited about him. I would say probably Isaiah Simmons off the top of my head. Trying to think of other examples. I mean, for the Vikings, I was so hyped up when we got Laquan Treadwell. I thought he was the next Anquan Bolden. I thought he was the best receiver in the class. I could not believe that he fell to us at like, 23rd overall or something. I was so hyped when we got Laquan Treadwell. I was like, let's go. And we all know how that went. I was like, dude, this dude should be a top 10 pick. He's so good. No, he can't separate, unfortunately. Is Josh going to do it again? He faked it that time. Able to get a few yards. Wolf asking, do I think that DTR might be sneaky good? You know, he showed some flashes in the preseason. Granted, it's preseason, right? And he was kind of fun at UCLA. Now, he was kind of a disaster when he came in for the Browns last year, but also like first start ever, right? Rookie. He was going up against the Ravens, I think, right? So you could give him another shot. I would rather see DTR out there than Watson. That's what I'll say. Whatever. What the heck? Give him a game, right? Why not? He's always had like a little bit of ability in him. Maybe there's a decent player in him. You know, you surround him with some talent. 3rd and 6 for the Bills now. Josh has got Shakir. There's Shakir, a Dr. Pigskin favorite right there. He's back this week, right? Out of commission last week against Houston. And man, did they miss him. Like, he is just straight up their wide receiver one. You can say they don't have a wide receiver one because they don't have like a true field tilter, someone that can manipulate coverage. Fair enough, right? They don't have a Diggs anymore. But Khalil Shakir is absolutely their top wide receiver. And I'm telling you, man, if the only game he misses is last week, he plays 16 games, that dude is going for 1,000 yards. Only 5 passes still for Allen. I like it, though. The run game has been working. Oh, looking for, was that Dawson Knox? He's going to get the flag. He's looking for it. Wolf said he thought Will Levis was about to be good, but he sucks this season. Yeah, nah, he's been pretty rough, man. The Bozo gene has taken over. He's going to Calvin Ridley a lot, and that connection just ain't working out. The coaching staff seems to like actively hate him too, which I can't imagine helps. So, been crazy, but yeah. This was the year to figure out what you had in Will Levis. This might be the year you decide, all right, maybe no year 3 for Will Levis. He's a 2nd round pick, right? It's not like it's this terrible, terrible whiff, but defensive penalty. The Bills are back, and now they're back in the red zone at the Jets' 10-yard line. He's just joshing it. Hey, no, I love it, right? He's just joshing. He's just joshing you. There's Mac Hollins. A lot of Mac Hollins targets last week. Maybe a few too many for my liking. But Shakir's back, right? Everyone goes down a spot. Wolf saying, y'all sleeping on Chuba Purdy out of Nevada. He's going to lead the Cowboys to a Super Bowl. Is that not Brock Purdy's brother, right? Chuba Purdy? Or is it Chubba Purdy? I don't know, honestly. But yeah, that is kind of crazy. Purdy's got a brother out there balling right now. Sebastian saying he started watching after he retired, but watching some of Jamarcus's college highlights without any other context makes him look like the greatest quarterback of all time. Unbelievable how badly he tanked in the NFL. Maybe the most toolsy quarterback ever, right? Just his size and his speed and his arm strength. Let's see what Josh does here. Oh, looking for Curtis Samuel. Maybe a hair too much on the throw. Samuel would have had to make an insane catch, but yeah. And there's the work ethic, right? We all know the story of like the Raiders giving him the DVD with film and then asking him, oh, did you watch the film? And he's like, yeah. And it was a test and there was no disc inside the case. He's like, yeah, I watched the film. So, I mean, that was certainly a factor. And he had some personal issues that he's worked through, you know. But, yeah, it is kind of crazy. Like, especially when you consider the other players in that class, maybe the biggest bust ever. Josh on third down. What do you know? There's a Mac Hollins target, and it's a touchdown. Mac Hollins making me eat my words. Touchdown, Bills. Bills answer back. What a drive. Josh opened it up a little bit more on that. A few runs from Josh, a few sick throws. And there you go. Third down, the money down to get the lead back instead of settling for 3. Over the middle of the field. Oh, it's a nice ball. It's a nice ball right over the linebacker. Remember when we were scared if Josh could throw with touch or not? There you go. There you go, pair champ. 4 more points for Josh Allen. Mac Hollins is loving it. Here we go. The kicking game in this wind. It's a little scary. He shanks it. He shanks it. Was that blocked? Was it blocked? Did I cash my pregame prediction? I don't think so. It looked like he just absolutely clubbed it. Let's see. Was it blocked? Was it blocked? Was it blocked? Bang! It was blocked. It was blocked. I said Tyler Bass was going to have a kick blocked. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot by Dr. Pigskin. Let's go. Sorry, Bills fans. Bang! Let's go. That's insane. So it's a 3-point game. Man, I kind of feel bad for Tyler Bass. I don't want to claim to like understand the psyche of someone I don't know, right? But man, he's struggled this year. You just got to wonder with how mental of a game that kicking is, if the miss that he had in the divisional round is just kind of eating at him a little bit, right? You got to feel bad for him a little bit. He's had some misses this year, and yeah, he might have just shanked it into the block. But you know what? A block is a block. We're going to count it either way. I nailed it. I mean, I got teed up for it. I didn't make it like unsolicited. Caden just straight up asked me if there was going to be a block kick, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, there will be. But I'm going to count it. Let's go. Let's go. BearPod, welcome back to the stream. BearPod, good to have you in here, saying DTR is a lesser Tyrod Taylor. Interesting comp. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Got AJ back in here as well. One of our Bills fans saying Tyler Bass needs to go. Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty brutal for him this year, has it not been? Like, how many misses does he have? Let's take a look. He is now 1 for 2 on extra points. I'm seeing both of his field goal and extra point percentages are below 100, which this early into the year isn't necessarily ideal. And he's been like missing some short kicks too, right? Yeah, he's missed 2 from 40 to 49. It's not even like, oh, it was like a 60-yarder that he missed. He's missed 2 field goals. And now I believe, 3 extra points missed? And you consider the thing that happened last year in January. Yeah. He was like a solid to good kicker for a while too, wasn't he? I mean, I remember like a few years ago, he was pretty darn good for the Bills. But again, just like it sucks, dude. Honestly, like one bad moment as a kicker can seriously ruin your career. Like you get the yips and it might just be over. It's very hard to recover from the yips. Blair Walsh syndrome, exactly. Blair Walsh was a fantastic kicker for a long time with the Vikings. He misses in the playoffs and it was over. That was it. He was just not the same kicker after that, right? Like, it is just really hard to come back from that. I love the kickoff going in the landing zone right there. Make him run it out. He's got some blocks. All right. Isaiah Davis, FCS legend out of South Dakota State. Speaking of South Dakota State, big game in college football. Some are saying it might even be the biggest game in college football this Saturday. Biggest game in college football is happening this Saturday night. And it's in Fargo, North Dakota, as the Bison take on the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State. I mean, UGA, Texas is also happening on Saturday. I guess that's a big game too, but horns up and go Dogs, baby. Which I guess saying horns up is crazy when you're playing Texas. And I know Texas did it first or whatever, and we're just copying them. How about go Bison and go Dogs? How about that? Sick 'em and trample 'em. Go Bison, trample 'em, stomp, 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 stomp. Thunderstruck and Baba O'Reilly. I say that right. I've never actually heard the name of that song pronounced out loud before. Is it Baba or Baba O'Reilly? I might be like getting clowned on right now. It's like, oh, the doctor's a fake Georgia fan. He doesn't know how to pronounce the Who song that we play before kickoff. It's over for him. Rodgers wide open to Breece Hall. Is that Breezy getting greasy? UGA legend Blair Walsh. Indeed. You know, they're just, except for Fran Tarkenton, there just never seems to be good things that happen when the Vikings have Georgia players on the team, except for Fran. Lewis Scene. Yeah, Bass has been pretty bad. Ask any Bills Mafia. We don't trust him. I don't blame you. Flea flicker. Rodgers goes down on the flea flicker. Whew. Man, they were trying to get tricky there. Pulling out all the stops, right? Big game. Trying to hit a big play. The Bills catch him right there. Man, Daquan Jones having a good year. He's turned into a pretty darn good player for this Bills defense. They're another team that just like, man, they can just develop some of these guys with the best of them. Just Saying 69, welcome to the stream. Just Saying, good to have you in here. Saying, why is Bass still in the league? Who knows, man? Kicker continuity, I guess. I mean, it's probably hard to find like someone better. I don't know. You could just go poking around the MLS or something, but just got to get some yards back with Garrett Wilson. Oh, maybe trying to bite off more than he can chew right there. I don't hate the idea to try and cut it back, but I guess, you know, it's 2nd and 17. You got to try and get a chunk play there. All right, I don't hate it. I'm not going to get too boomer on him. Parachamp saying, I mean, any other kicker is better than Narverson. Yeah, 5 missed field goals, and he's missed some close ones too, dude. That Vikings game was rough. It has been a rough go for him, man. The curse of Mason Crosby. I feel like it's been hard to find a good kicker for the Packers since Crosby. Anders wasn't very good, and now Narveson has not been. Oh, we got a false start here. Gonna back it up, make it 3rd and very, very long. Yeah. Wolf says, took a chance on Brock Bowers in the 10th. I'd say he's been phenomenal for me. Oh, honestly, I've got a Brock Bowers take. Are there 5 tight ends in the NFL playing better football than Brock Bowers right now? I don't think so, man. I really don't think so. He is a special player, isn't he? Nah, he has been fantastic for the Raiders. He's such a beast after the catch. I mean, he's such a sick player. And honestly, he's been, and I say this as someone that watched like every Brock Bowers game, right? And I didn't think he was like a bad route runner by any means, but he's honestly been way more refined. Rodgers goes down again. Wow. AJ Epinesa. This Bills pass rush is starting to make some plays. This Bills defense is starting to kick some tail up front a little bit. We've seen it in the running game. A couple of sacks on Rodgers now. Tyron Smith is kind of on washed watch a little bit, unfortunately. He has not been playing that great this year. He just got cooked right there. Man, I was fired up for him too. He had a good year with Dallas last year, but he has been a big disappointment, and they needed him to be good. The big concern with him was like, oh, is he going to be healthy or not, right? He's been healthy. He's just stunk, unfortunately. It's been tough. Got some good questions in here. We've got Gabe and Jack in the stream. Welcome, you two. Good to have you guys in here. Gabe asking, if not Crosby or Reddick, who should the Lions target before the Week 8 deadline? Yeah, we haven't even talked about Hutch's injury yet, right? Obviously, the Crosby injury, the trade rumors have been swirling. Don't think that that's going to happen, man. I mean, they're just going to have to give up so much to get him, right? Do the Raiders even consider that? Honestly, Reddick is an intriguing one, but also you got to be careful. You got to be like, all right, bro, are you actually going to show up and play for us, right? So I don't know about that. I have been thinking about that a lot. It's so tough, right? Because if you're the Lions, you feel like you need to win right now, right? Like this is your shot, this is your window, and your pass rush is kind of cooked without Hutchinson. Like you need someone in there. You're willing to like give up a lot to give a guy that can move the needle. It's tough because I feel like there just aren't a lot of great edge players that are going to be available necessarily, right? And so like when I say maybe Azeez Ojulari, like, you know, it can be easy to be disappointed, be like, oh, really? Is that all we can do, right? But it's like, man, like, I don't know. Do you think the Jags are going to want to trade Josh Hines-Allen after they just paid him like a few months ago? I mean, maybe they're really desperate to sell, but I don't think they move on from him like 4 months after signing him to an extension, right? Don't think Crosby goes anywhere. Don't think Myles Garrett goes anywhere. That's another name I've seen, right? Reddick is risky, but like he's a guy that's good enough that might actually move the needle for you. I mean, I'm just trying to think of like who's a bad team that has a good edge, you know? I mean, I guess it would be Jacksonville with Josh Hines-Allen or Trayvon Walker. That would be hilarious if they replaced Hutchinson with Trayvon Walker after that whole debate. Trey Hendrickson's another name I've seen. I could kind of see that, right? And Trey Hendrickson did request a trade this offseason. But the Bengals probably still feel like they're in it. I wouldn't peg the Bengals as sellers, at least not right now necessarily. Maybe Harold Landry from the Titans, honestly. I know Harold Landry. Let me just double check he's healthy right now, right? I know Harold Landry isn't like the biggest name ever, but he's a pretty good player, honestly. He would be a substantial upgrade for the Lions. All right, I've convinced myself. Harold Landry, there's your answer. Harold Landry to the Lions for like a third. That seems pretty fair to me. Honestly, the Lions do that, I feel better about them. I feel a lot better. I think even as is, if the Lions don't replace Hutch at all, which I think is incredibly unlikely, I think even as is, like, they're still probably the best team in the division. They're still the favorites. They're still winning next week. Don't worry. They're still beating the Vikings next week without Hutchinson. They will. But we'll see, I guess. But Harold Landry, that is the match I've made in my head now. So therefore it has to happen. Harold Landry. Brian Burns, if the Giants really want to get aggressive, but dude, I don't know, especially, again, they're a team that just gave up a lot for him, right? They paid him and they traded for him, and he also played an unbelievable game last night too, right? And this Giants identity seems to be having a sick defensive line. That might be pretty tough. I don't know, man, but 4-0 Yankees. Oh, I'm sorry, Wolf. That's tough. I know a thing or two about that. Got Jack in here as well. I already shouted out Jack, but I'll give him a shout out again. What's up, Doc? Good to have you in here, Jack, as always. Sebastian saying, go crazy and try and get Aaron Donald to retire for one season. Believe it or not, I saw a tweet about that too. I was like, oh boy, could you imagine Aaron Donald coming back to join the Lions? They need an edge, though. That's the thing. Honestly, Aaron Donald at edge would be kind of hilarious because I honestly think it would work. But, like, they need, like, a pure pass rusher, right? They need someone that can get after the quarterback. Because Marcus Davenport, the other guy who I was kind of like, hey, he might be good if he's healthy. Unfortunately, he's not healthy once again. The story has never changed with Marcus Davenport, right? And if you're deep on Vikings Twitter, or if you know way too much about Marcus Davenport for some reason, you're going to understand this reference. Marcus Davenport be like, Anyways, if you know, you know. Shout out Vikings Twitter. 18 people watching. I would be happy if 2 of them understood that. Henry asking, what do I think happens with Micah? They're going to keep him, right? I mean, that would just be silly. I know he's injured and Dallas is kind of in a weird spot. Do you really think Jerry Jones is going to get rid of, like, maybe his best draft pick ever? You know? I don't know, dude. They need to pay him, though. That is the thing. Like, they need to, like, actually pay this dude. They need to, like, stop, like, taking their time and twiddling their thumbs and being like, something will happen eventually. Like, nah, dude, Jerry Jones is seriously so unserious. But hot take, Chicago is a top 5 defense. Sebastian saying, don't jinx it. Maybe those are unrelated. No, Chicago's defense is nuts, right? They haven't allowed more than 21 points since like November of last year. Their defense is sick, and they're a team that traded for an edge at the deadline in Montez Sweat. And I remember kind of making fun of that because this was when the Bears were struggling. I was like, oh, the Bears are buyers? Ha. More like stupid. Turns out sometimes ponying up to get a good player at a position of need is a good thing. He has transformed this defense. Their linebackers are awesome. Their corners are awesome. They have a great defense. I don't hate it. Bears top 5 defense. I don't hate that whatsoever. I'm down with it. I'm down with it. Vikings hater, Vikings fan fraud, Caden and stupidity coming at me for it. Hey. You got to commit to the bit at this point, right? And let's be honest, dude. The Lions are a better team than us. I say this as someone that's like, yeah, you know what? Vikings, we are good. We are good. Bring on the hate, right? Believe me, I'm up and ready for that game. I want us to win by 50. I want us to do what the Lions did to the Cowboys. This game means something to me, man. I want us to embarrass them. I think the Lions are a little bit better, though, dude. They're still just such a good team. I think we have a chance without Hutchinson, but Allen, nice little scramble, right? Bills trying to get some points before halftime. Do they get the ball to start the second half, too? They can maybe go 2 for here. Guardians home run. Caden saying he's 1,000% clipping that. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. We got Logan in here. Welcome to the stream, Logan. Saying, hope I'm doing well. I am, man. I'm watching football. Hope you're doing well as well. 18 people in the stream. Doc making moves. Doc going places. Appreciate you guys. Get to your question here in a sec, Gabe. That's a good one. I'll have to think about that a little bit. But let's just say I liked what I saw. It was impressive. But Jack saying he's optimistic about his mid-team, and Doc is pessimistic about his undefeated team. I'm not pessimistic. We're making the playoffs here, right? We are making the playoffs. I don't think it's crazy to say that the Lions beat the Vikings. I don't think that's a crazy take, but what can you do, man? I will say it's been like, you know what? I'm picking the Jets to beat us too. But maybe I'm the good luck charm, so who knows? But Gabe saying, did the Tampa Bay at New Orleans game say more about the Buccaneers or the Saints? Well, I will say the Buccaneers offense is still firing. Run game looks pretty darn good. As a Bucky Irving fantasy owner, there's maybe a little bit too much Sean Tucker, but you know what, dude? He ran well, so obviously, like, they don't care about FC Dr. Pigskin or whatever, right? And Bucky ran well, too. Run game looked good, right? And that was a big point of emphasis for Tampa, so it's good to see that get going for them. Chris Godwin continues to amaze. Dare I say Chris Godwin is the wide receiver 1 this year. Baker had a few turnovers, but that just comes with the territory, right? He played well. I will say New Orleans tackling, pretty horrid, but it was a wacky game, right? They made it a game. They had the return. Well, I guess the Bucs had a return touchdown too, but they had the punt return touchdown. I thought Spencer Rattler looked pretty good. He had a few Rattler moments, but for the most part, like, all right, there's something to work with there. He's a developmental prospect for FC Dr. Pigskin. Thought he looked pretty good, but Tampa's still very much in the division race, and I tell you what, that game against the Falcons is going to be titanic, dude. I am fired up. It is going to be titanic. Get to Wolf's comment here in a second about the Lions. Big 3rd and 1. Bills got it. Tush push Allen. Ran that for a touchdown earlier. Now look at the first down with Josh. Man, look at all the push they got too. Easy as you like. Easy as you like. Wolf saying, I'd say the Lions should try and get our backup to Myles Garrett, but we need him. We need him because Myles has asthma and subs out sometimes. Yeah, that is true. Myles Garrett lore, he does have asthma. He got COVID during the COVID year, and that like severely impacted his game. Mac Hollins drawn a PI. Let's go. Man. Bills might be able to really put their stamp on this game here. See, did they? Yeah, the Jets did start with the ball. Man, the Bills could go 2 for here. Yeah. Home run Guardians. I think I already said that. Whatever. We'll say it again. Home run Guardians. Jack saying he's officially picked more games wrong this season than correct. You're just a fraud. Hey, long season, right? I was having my struggles for a while. We got over 500 this week. We had a very, very strong week this week. You know what? Your Fred Warner entry. There's still hope. There's still hope. Parachamp, I'm loving the idea. A stream where I predict the rest of the season to see a potential playoff fixture. Oh, helmet coming off. Nah, I will say, I've been flirting with Mario Kart and Ball Talk. That'll be a good one too. I'm going to try and get some non-game streams going here too, because those are always fun. Just like a chill Wednesday stream or something. Not this Wednesday, because I've got a mission in Dawsonville, and that's all I'll say. Well, I mean, whatever. I'm going to Home Goods in Dawsonville. I got to get some gifts. But, I don't know. Some Wednesday, we'll do that. That would be pretty fun, I got to say. I say that as like if I was doing something nefarious. I'm going to Home Goods. But Home Goods is sick. I'm officially a Home Goods fan. Josh rips it over the middle. Nice catch, Kincaid. First down. Bills still do have all 3 of their timeouts. They can take their sweet, sweet time with this. Jets have 3 of their timeouts. They might want to like start thinking about calling one. I think they just did. Are they going to review it maybe? Yeah, fair enough. Henry saying, is New Orleans the franchise in the worst position over the next 5 years? I mean, their cap situation is pretty bad. Honestly, and I'm sorry, Wolf, it might honestly be the Browns, dude. It really might be the Browns. Just with the Watson contract hanging over their heads, they're going to get a free play. Big Dog didn't get off the field. Not going to matter. Oh, no, they did not throw a flag. Oh, no. That's so tough. Dude's first day on the roster, and he gets caught as an extra man on the field. I feel kind of bad for him. Now the camera's in his face. Poor guy. Man. That was tough. And they're going to get a PI too, and they wouldn't have thrown it if they didn't have the extra man. That's so tough. But I might say the Browns, honestly. I will say, here's a big reason why New Orleans is at least mid, right? Because, like, New Orleans, their whole thing is like the cap situation is bad and like they keep running it back with these old players. Here's something that's a little underrated about the Saints, right? They can draft and develop pretty darn well. You look at some of the guys on their defense like Paulson Adebo, Alontae Taylor, Carl Granderson, right? And it's like, dude, like where do they keep finding these guys? They do a pretty good job of drafting and developing. So at least, and it's like a heck of like, wow, good job. You went 8-9 again, right? I kind of like Spencer Rattler. And Olave is good, and they've been retooling the offensive line. It's obviously not great. I feel like they might be starting to creep their way out of the dark ages just a little bit. I don't know, dude. The Browns are pretty rough. Jets might be an interesting candidate too, because man, like honestly, next year either Rodgers is gone or he's another year older, and you look at some of the contracts they have on the books and some of the contracts coming up, and I'm gonna say it. Oh, the doctor's gonna do his gimmick again. The Dolphins. Honestly, the Dolphins might be a decent answer for this. Tua's contract's about to kick in. Tyreek just got a massive extension. Jalen Ramsey just got a massive extension. They already lost like 6 starters on defense last year. They've got more guys up for contracts, and there's questions about how this offense is going to age. I would say the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Browns would probably be my top 3. Dude, it's like, I guess it's a good thing that there's not like a regular Dolphins fan in here, because they would probably hate me. They would probably despise me. I never have anything nice to say about the Dolphins. I don't know. It's my thing, I guess, but I don't know. Wolf says, about to go shower, man. We're getting smoked. I'll be back. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Sorry about your guards. Tough. Michael asking about Ashton Genty. Dude, he's so good. He's so good. Oh, he has to be the top half of the first round, dude. I don't care, right? We might need to do a Bijan Robinson is bringing running back sequel and have it be Ashton Genty. I mean, dude, he's so good. And like his stats are one thing. You watch him play for like a quarter and you're like, oh my gosh, this dude is the best player on the field. Every single run of his is sick. I mean, yeah. Josh escapes. Oh, the ball's out. Oh, the ball is still out. Did the Jets catch a break? Oh, the Bills got it back. The Bills got it back. That would have been a disaster if they lost the ball. That would have been an absolute disaster. But I would say Genty for sure is a first rounder. I hope he goes to a team with a good offensive line. I want to see him just like come in and rush for 1,500 yards his rookie year. He's such a cool player, dude. If you're not familiar with Ashton Genty's game, if you're not like big into college football or even like a college football casual, if you like don't really pay attention to college football, just go look him up, dude. Just go look him up. His stats are made up. He is averaging 10 yards a carry. And he's not even just like stat padding against like bad teams. Like he went for 200 yards against Oregon, right? He's a running back for Boise State. He is insane. We are in October and he has 17 rushing touchdowns. And every single run of his is just like a complete highlight play. Like he is so sick. Yeah, he is a first rounder, 110%. Man, if the Jets can hold the Bills to 3 here, Allen escapes, fires. Oh my goodness. Oh. Shades of his touchdown throw against the Chiefs in the playoffs. Y'all remember that one to Shakir? Look at Josh talking crap. Josh running his mouth. I mean, this is almost exactly like that touchdown he had against the Chiefs. He escapes, he goes to his left, and just a rope to the front corner of the end zone. Goodness gracious almighty, dude. Josh is on one tonight. That is one of the best touchdown passes of the season so far. Looked like he was going to get sacked. The Jets were going to get the ball back with a chance. Oh, no. Oh, he snuck it through. That's a sick throw. Man. Gotta catch up with chat here. It's been popping. I'm loving it. Sam saying, dude, the Bills look even better running a QB sneak than the Eagles. That was nice. No, they're getting such good push right now. And Josh is just a little bit larger than Jalen Hurts, right? This Bills offensive line is pretty darn good. Yeah, it did look good on this drive. It looked good all game. Jack saying, nah, Doc has got to do a stream where I get on the mic and just vent about the Seahawks for multiple hours. Easiest stream of his life. I would watch that, dude. That would be cinema. Hey, you got your own channel. You got to go do that. I'll plug your channel, right? Go sub to Jack, right? He makes football and gaming content. Go give him some love. We got to see a Jack Seahawks live stream. I would super chat for that. Sebastian saying, I feel like the Saints cap situation has just been bad for time immemorial. Wow, that is a word beyond my comprehension. Nah, they've been in cap hell since 2020. Like it's honestly kind of crazy. But Caden saying Chargers maybe for a team with the worst future. Nah, because I feel like they're getting through that, for at least as far as 5 years go, right? I like to say this a lot. They ate their vegetables this offseason, right? Choosing to move on from Mike Will and Keenan Allen. I like Harbaugh. I really do. I like Jesse Minter a lot, their defensive coordinator. I love their draft, right? Joe Alt was a great pick. I mean, he's already looking like the truth. I know he's missed a few games, but I like the process. They have a good quarterback in place. They have a good defensive coordinator, head coach in place. I don't know. I kind of have faith for them to like turn things around. It might not be perfect this year, but I honestly think they're like ahead of schedule this year. Like what, they're 3-2, right? I don't know, dude. Like they have a winning record. They at least have a shot to make the playoffs. So, yeah. The Jets have one timeout. Why are the Bills playing like that? They can take some easy yards here, try and get into field goal range. Yeah, just, I don't know if I would have dumped it off to Conklin maybe, but You could have certainly like just sent Garrett Wilson on a little drag and tried to get him on the run and get like 10 yards there. But you have a timeout. You can probably run one or two more plays here. Sebastian saying only bad thing about Genty is needing to look at that blue turf to watch him play. Yeah, very true. Not for everyone, right? Kind of an acquired taste, but you certainly remember it, don't you? You certainly remember it. It's not as bad as the red turf over at Eastern Washington, though. That stuff is hideous. That stuff is hideous. Yeah, Demario Davis was a guy that they developed too. Yeah, he was all right with the Jets, and he's still good, which is crazy. He has no business being as good as he does at that age. There's Garrett Wilson. Now you call timeout. You can try and run one more play to the sideline here. Greg Zuerlein has a big leg. It is windy. It's not going to be easy, but you can try and gain like 10 more yards, go to the sideline, have Zuerlein go out there for like a 57-yarder. But you got to be careful. I mean, whatever. You're going to the locker room down 10. Tough. And the Bills get the ball to start, and Josh Allen's kind of carving you up. I should have switched my pick, bro. Maybe Kira was cooking. But it's weird. Like, I honestly feel like the Jets have looked all right on offense. Their defense is getting bludgeoned right now, though. It has been getting bludgeoned. Oh, they're talking about the Rodgers Hail Mary. He's the king of them after all, right? He is. I say that with a smirk on my face. He is. Like, he straight up is. So, I don't know what I'm saying. But. Oh, they're showing it now. They had the Hail Mary. They had the Hail Mary package ready. Respect it. Shout out the production team right there. They went over this in their production meetings. They knew there was going to be a situation, even if it was right before halftime, right? Yeah. They don't have to try a Hail Mary here, though. You could try and go to the sideline. They are just going to do the Hail Mary, aren't they? Rodgers for old time's sake? No way! Oh, the ball came out. Oh, no way. They called a touchdown. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Hold on a second. Of course it was Lazard. Lazard had it. He goes down. Oh my gosh. No way. Aaron Rodgers for old time's sake. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Of course it was Lazard. That is going to be a fantastic Sports Jeopardy question one day. Who are all the receivers to catch Aaron Rodgers' Hail Marys, right? First one against the Lions was Richard Rodgers. Remember him? Then against the Cardinals, it was Jeff Janis. Was it Randall Cobb against the Giants? And now we have Alan Lazard against the Bills. I'm sorry, AJ. That's so tough. Pearchamp fired up for his old quarterback. How about it? How about a way to make it a game at halftime? You know what? The neutral football enjoyers are eating right now. This is about a good game. 20-17 at halftime. And the Jets seriously needed that, dude, because I feel like Bills starting with the ball in the second half, up 2 scores already, a chance to make it a 3-score game. Now all of a sudden, Jets are probably fired up, right? Aaron Rodgers is like, I have ascended beyond the pyramids of Egypt. You know, like, dude, we got a game. That seriously just changed the entire game. I mean, real hard-hitting analysis from the doctor right there, right? Hail Mary is a big play. But, dude, it seriously might have been game over if they didn't hit that right there. Are you kidding me, dude? Shame on all the Jets fans. You could see all the Jets fans. Oh, you got the king of Hail Marys at your quarterback, and a lot of them left for their halftime hot dog. I cannot believe you know, That might be the final time we ever see Aaron Rodgers hit a Hail Mary. It's honestly insane. Like it's mostly luck, right? But it is honestly insane that he's hit 4 of them now, right? One of the lowest percentage plays in all of sports. That's crazy, dude. All right, let's do an immaculate grid. Let's do an immaculate grid. Let me catch up with chat here first. Sebastian saying they can do it with an established player. Oh, we talked about the Demario Davis. Michael saying he remembers back in 2020, Clyde Edwards-Helaire was a first rounder. Jonathan Taylor, who had some video game numbers, was not. Yeah, JT was kind of slept on a little bit, right? Yeah. Parachamp saying, I don't care if Rodgers doesn't win another Super Bowl. He's a top 5 QB all time. Oh, easily. I would agree with you on that. I would totally agree with you. All right. Oh, shoot. I hate when it does this. Hold on. Get a little behind the scenes view right here. To update it. Here we go. Immaculate grid time. Oh, they tricked us. They tricked us. They knew that I was going to try and think of some Bills Jets examples. They tricked us. They put them both on the grid, but they don't have them overlap or intersect or whatever, right? They pulled a little sneaky on us. I respected immaculate grid. Here we go. Halftime grid. I love doing these so much, man. We've got Jets, Dolphins, Jets, Bears, Jets 5,000 yard rushing in a career. Bills, Dolphins, Bills, Bears, Bills 5,000 yard rusher, Niners, Dolphins, Niners, Bears, and Niners 5,000 yard rusher in a career. Let's lock the freak in and start thinking. All right, Jets 5,000 yard career rusher, right? Off the dome, you can get Curtis Martin, right? That's going to be the obvious one, the big one. You can get Thomas Jones. I don't think Sean Green quite hit that. Chris Ivory's a sneaky one, but he's a little scary. You maybe wonder about him, right? You just look and see, how long did he play? 9 years? I don't know, Jim. Maybe not. Matt Snell, if you want to go back to the old days, but did he play quite long enough? Did he quite have the peak? I don't know about that. Other Jets running backs. Emerson Boozer. I'm not going to lie, dude. Shout out to Michael. I have no idea who Emerson Boozer is. Wow. Is this for Jets 5,000 yard career rusher? If you confirm in chat, I'm going to put Emerson Boozer. He certainly played long enough. That's crazy. I've never heard of Emerson Boozer in my life. That is sick. We'll table that. We'll think about Bills while we ponder Emerson Boozer here. That is crazy, though. For Bills, you can get O.J. Simpson, you can get Thurman Thomas, you can get LaShawn McCoy, you can get Fred Jackson, C.J. Spiller, maybe. Reggie Bush, maybe. Probably Reggie Bush, right? All right, we're going to do Emerson Boozer. That is actually insane. Emerson Boozer. Dude, if this hits... Oh my goodness, Michael, you are a genius. Emerson Boozer, who is this dude? I have legitimately never heard of this guy in my life. I like to think I know a lot about football history. He's from Georgia, Laney, Georgia. He was born in Augusta. Wow. Dude, he just barely got it. Oh, he was a longevity merchant. No disrespect. Hey, had 800 yards near the end of his career high. Led the league in touchdowns one year, 2-time Pro Bowler. Good career for Emerson Boozer. Wow. All right. How about it? No on Reggie Bush. Sebastian asking if it lets me pick the same guy for 2 squares. It does not, unfortunately. He'll let me try and figure it out if it was. Yeah, it'd be Reggie Bush here, right? And also here. Yeah. See, I'm tempted to put Reggie Bush because he did have a few good years, right? He definitely played long enough. He had some solid years with the Saints. He only had one 1,000-yard season, though, which kind of scares me. But he played for 11 years, and I feel like so many people are going to use Reggie Bush here and here that if you pull him here, that you'll get a pretty low percentage. Screw it. I'm going to do it. AJ's warning me, though, dude. I might want to listen to him. You know what? I'm going to trust you, AJ. We're going to go with We're going to go with Thurman. No, we're going to do Fred Jackson. I feel like Thurman Thomas, a lot of people would get. Marshawn Lynch is another guy who could get 4% for Fred Jackson. That's pretty good. Oh, that's not the guy you're thinking of. Who else would you be thinking of? A guy that you could use for multiple spots. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot, right? Jason Taylor, that's one you could use right there. Maybe the most obvious one. We'll see if we can come up with something better. 49ers, you got Frank Gore. I don't know if Tevin Coleman quite got there, right? Maybe didn't quite get the volume for it. 1 year with he did have -3 yards with the Bills, right? I do like all he had to do was like play one game for the Bills for his career total to count, right? But no, you're all good. You're all good. So like for example, for the 49ers, right? Like Tevin Coleman, let's say he did get 5,000 yards. Oh, is it Tevin Coleman? Is it really Tevin Coleman? Oh, Frank Gore. No. Dude, I'm all over the place. But like, let's pretend Tevin Coleman did get 5,000 yards. He wouldn't have had to get all 5,000 to the 49ers. He would have just needed to play a game with the 49ers. Raheem Mostert, I don't think so. Breida, probably not. But Frank Gore, certainly. Roger Craig, probably the other obvious one, right? Ricky Waters, maybe. Garrison Hurst, maybe. Garrison Hurst did get injured. We'll go with Garrison Hurst. Let's go, 7%. We'll take that. All right. Oh, my gosh. I've got a crazy one for Bears 49ers. Famous draft bust. Solomon Thomas. Right? He played for... No, was it the Jets that he played for? It wasn't the Bears, was it? I just caught myself. Unless Solomon Thomas is on the Bears now. I don't know why I think Solomon Thomas is on the Bears. Trubisky, Bills, and Bears. Oh, that'd be a good one, right? I feel like he's going to be the most popular one. Jets, Bears. Oh, man. I almost put Solomon Thomas. I don't and we don't have those to intersect to count on. Okay, here we go. I've got a good one. Trent Sherfield for 49ers Dolphins. One of the Mike McDaniel crossovers, right? Let's go. Trent Sherfield, 1%. Also plays for the Vikings now. He's a bit of a Shanahan tree favorite. Robbie Gould. That's a great one for Bears 49ers. Might be a more popular answer, but we'll take it. I like that. Giving Robbie Gould some love. It's been so long since he kicked for the Bears, and he was great for the 49ers too. They just kind of let him go. We'll do Trubisky, right? We'll take our layups. We want to prioritize actually getting all these right? I've big-brained myself with Josh Sitton a few too many times, you know? So we'll go with Trubisky here. Jets, Bears. Dude, wait. No, I keep thinking Solomon Thomas. Kyle Orton did play for the Bears. Shout out Joao Marks, dude. He's always got the banger suggestions with Immaculate Grid. He did play for the Bears. And the Bills. Oh, that would have been a good one, dude. What am I thinking? Yeah, that would have been good. Chad Pennington. We'll do that. It was either him or Jason Taylor going to be the popular ones, right? Whatever. We'll take it. Oh, didn't Charles Clay play for both these teams? Charles Clay. Bang. 2% for Charles Clay. Let's go. All right. One more here, and then we might speed run Sunday's grid. Jets, Bears. Why do I want to say Kevin White? Oh, Brandon Marshall. Oh, Brandon Marshall was definitely another one that would, yeah, that's great. We also got the other Brandon Marshall. All right, we'll take it. Not the craziest rarity score ever. Oh, Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's another dude that would work for multiple teams. And Raheem Mostert. Well, I don't know if he would have worked for did Raheem Mostert play for the Bills? I know he was a journeyman at the beginning of his career. Or was it the Bears? He did play for the Bears, didn't he? Anyways, we'll speed run this one here real quick. Oh, we got the Vikings. Let's go. Oh, my God. I've got a crazy one. Darius Raynaud for Vikings Titans. Let's go. Oh, special teamer, returner for the Vikings. Darius Raynaud. Oh, let's go. Vikings Seahawks. I mean, you can get so many of these, right? You can get Steve Hutchinson. You can get Kevin Williams, Percy Harvin, Sidney Rice. He did play for the Bills. You could get TJ Hawkinson for Vikings Lions, right? I'm going to at least try and get some sicko pulls. Sidney Rice, John Randall would be another good one, right? I feel like Sidney Rice is obscure enough. 11% Sidney Rice? Really? Oh, that's tough. T-Jack, Tavares Jackson, Blair Walsh. That would have been a great one. Yeah, they did sign him. They did after he missed against them. All right, let's see if we can get one decent for Vikings Lions. Marcus Davenport is the current one, right? Sean Hill. Sean Hill might be obvious. He barely played for the Vikings, though. 1% for Sean Hill. I believe he had only one career start with the Vikings. Alfonso Smith for Lions, Broncos. Oh, Matt Castle would have been a good one, too. Ask and you shall receive. Bang. Ooh, Michael is killing it. Michael gets a helmet sticker. Let's go. Let's go. I've been waiting to do this one on stream. Eagles, Lions. I've been waiting to do this one. Ernie Sims. Ernie Sims, let's go. Ernie Sims, Madden legend. I loved me some Ernie Sims when I was like 11 years old. That's awesome. All right. Eagles, Titans, you can get Jason Babin. I feel like I've ripped Jason Babin before. Vince Young, you can get. You know what? I'm loving the Byron Maxwell Eagles. He did totally play for the Eagles. I spelled his name wrong. That's a great call right there. Byron Maxwell. Remember him? Kind of the fourth member of the Legion of Boom. 8%? Not bad. Not bad. Seahawks, Broncos. Titans, Broncos. Eagles, Titans. Eagles, Titans. Brandon Marshall or Alex Singleton for Broncos, Seahawks. Alex Singleton. I had no idea, to be honest. Oh, really? Dang it. No way. Wow. How about... Oh, Jerry Rice got cut by the Broncos. He never actually played for them. That would have been insane. All right, we gotta hurry up. Second half is about to start. Whatever. We're gonna do Jason Babin again. I'm a bit of a Jason Babin merchant, but we'll take it for 0.9%. Chris Sims for Titans Broncos. That's a great one to end it on. Did I spell his name wrong? There we go. Bang. Even with getting one wrong, rarity score of 124 is pretty darn nice. Hey, don't worry about it, Kira Cat. I've definitely been booed by the practice squad before, too. That was a good one, even with missing one. We got some nasty, nasty pulls right there. I finally got to give Ernie Sims some love. Let's get back to the game. We had a great first half. That was a fun little Immaculate Grid run. Appreciate you guys helping me out. But here we go. Back to some football. And it was a Hail Mary, man. It was a Hail Mary that made things pretty interesting here. It's just a 3-point game now. Man, if you're the Jets, you got to figure out how to stop this Bills rushing attack. I mean, how many yards have the Bills rushed for just in this first half alone, right? 110 in the first half, 5.8 a pop. And it's been a balanced effort. Ray Davis leading the way with 11 touches. You know, Henry, maybe you should feel pretty good. I guess Conklin hasn't necessarily been a monster, but Ty Johnson might not go like Super Saiyan tonight, if that at least makes you feel a little bit better. It has been the Ray Davis show. Josh had some nice runs. Here's Josh out of structure. Whoo, what a throw by Josh to Curtis Samuel to start things off. That's a good tackle from behind right there. Might have saved even more yards. Josh looks unbelievable right now. Man, is this his best game yet? I mean, it's still like second half just started, but some of the throws that he's pulling out right now, he just looks so much better today than he did last week, right? He is back to running around like the big golden retriever he is. And you know what? I'm eating my words. Right now, no Josh Allen bozo moment yet. Now they'll dump it off to Davis. This is looking a lot more like first 3 weeks of the season, Bills offense right here. Against a pretty good defense too, right? This is the kind of defense you would worry about this Bills offense going up against with the corners that they have, but they're just making it work. Allen, good protection. He just steps up. Oh, he's way behind the line of scrimmage. Remember, full body has to be ahead of the line of scrimmage, right? Even if it's just your pinky toe that's behind the line of scrimmage, they'll count it. It counts. It's all good. Now they'll hand it off. There's Ray Davis again, bro. Ray Davis might get 20 carries tonight. Good on him. And he's also their leading receiver. I suppose he got so many yards on the busted play. What round did they get him in? Like the 4th or 5th round or something? Bills. I've said this about a lot of teams. Bills, another team. I think I already said this about them, like drafting and developing well, but they had a few rough drafts, but they're turning it around a little bit. They've had a few good classes now. Already near the red zone. Jets defense has had just absolutely no answer for this Bills offense. Josh on the move again. Why not? Just get him on the move every throw. Oh, couldn't quite hook up with Knox there. Who, as far as second tight ends go, is a pretty good option. Flag down. Michael says, remember Ray Davis's stat line against Florida last year? I'm going to be honest, I actually don't. So let me look it up. Kentucky versus Florida. 280 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's an Ashton Genty type of game. I do remember that now. That's crazy. Oh, it's on Knox too. They get him for OPI. Let's see this. Yeah, he just kind of leveled him. Like, wow, he's so open. They're playing Mo Bamba. What is this, NCAA 25? That's crazy. Playing Mo Bamba at the Jets game. Hey, this is a big sequence though, right? Even if you hold them to 3, right? Keep it a 1-score game. Josh will take off and run. Minimal gain as far as the Josh Allen scramble goes. And I hate to say it, right? Cover your ears, Bills fans. But honestly, if you're the Jets, you feel great about seeing Tyler Bass running out on the field right now. You feel pretty good. Even if forcing him to kick, not only because, we held him to 3, you might have not even held him to 3. That's disrespectful. I'm sorry, Tyler Bass, but it had to be said. Bills outgaining the Jets. I mean, how many of those Jets yards came off the Hail Mary? But it's not like the Jets offense looked bad in the first half, right? Hail Mary definitely salvaged things, though. Now we're going to get a timeout. Oh, third quarter timeout. My favorite. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess you want to be sure, right? If you can get like 7 yards here on 2nd and 15, you feel very good. Man, they called timeout just for like a 2-second conversation. We got Green Gandalf in here. Let's go. Welcome to the stream, Green Gandalf. Excuse me. Good to have you back in here. Shout out the timestamps again, coming in clutch. I appreciate that so much, dude. Honestly, you've earned a helmet sticker too for that. The timestamps go crazy. That is awesome. I appreciate it, man. At least the Bills kicker is not Narvison. Yeah, he's been tough. Yeah. In an age where every kicker is good, not every kicker is good. Hey, Will the Thrill's looking pretty good right now. Will Reichard, you want to talk about dude who showed up in London last week right there? Man, he had himself a game. And again, Vikings, our kicker's good. This is a little scary, right? Usually things don't go well when our kicker is good because then things immediately turn terrible, but tough. Oh, no, the Yankees just hit another bomb, a Stantonian missile. Man, wasn't that, how do you say his name, Matt Vazgerian? Didn't he get that call wrong a few years ago? Or was it Michael Kay? One of the announcers got it wrong. A Stantonian blast. And it was like, oh, they called him out. That happened with Bob Costas, too. He was like, line drive, base hit up the middle. It's smothered and caught. Oh, yeah, Yankees up 5-1 now. Up big. Oh, Yankees in the World Series. No. The thicker kicker is still an option. He is still an option. One day, man. One day, all of your dreams are going to come true, and he's going to bang home a 67-yarder to win an NFL game. And I will immediately think of you, Michael. I hope you know, like, when he gets signed, like, you are going to be the absolute first person I think of, Michael. Green Gandalf says, as long as he misses at least one field goal in the regular season, we're okay. Dude, honestly, if we're in a blowout, right, if we're up like 20 in the fourth quarter, he goes out there, it's like, all right, dude, just miss this one. Just trust us. You ever heard of a guy called Gary Anderson? Just trust us. All right, what do the Bills have cooked up out of this timeout right here? Jets bringing a blitz. Allen under siege. Fade away. Throw. Oh, Keon Coleman almost caught it. He was looking for Keon Coleman down the sideline. They wanted it all. And, you know, I don't hate the aggression, right? If you really like the matchup, if you really trust your guy, right? They're inches away from making a sick play right there. But, man, now all of a sudden you come back and it's 3rd and 15. And I guess there's a blitz coming. Pass rush is in your face. You got to do something with the ball. It's better than taking a sack. But, man, I don't know, dude. Tough spot to be in now at 3rd and 15. They got to hurry up and snap it, too. Here comes another blitz. They'll get a screen to Coleman now. And he is wrapped up. Wrapped up. All right, they're going to force a field goal attempt. Here we go. All right. Bills Mafia. All right, Tyler Bass is coming out. Everything is going to be okay. Right? Here we go. Tyler Bass from 47 yards in a windy MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Snap, spot, kick is up. And it's no good. Wide right. No! 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 Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Dude, Bills might be trying out kickers on Monday, man, especially if they lose this game. Dude, I'm so sorry, AJ. Dude, I thought the ASMR was the golf style commentary was going to work. You cannot make this up, dude. You cannot make this up. Jets take over down 3, and all of a sudden this game just got very, very, very interesting. Bills with a good drive, but they leave some points on the table. Man, just killed the drive. Yeah, it is time to go shopping, isn't it? Jeez Louise. Man. Yeah, that OPI just absolutely killed their drive, man. I mean, what kickers are out there right now, right? You know what? There we go. ASMR when they take the dead cap cutting Bass. Tyler Bass. And if you're into that stuff, looking at the win probability on ESPN, man, you can see when the Bills were at 82.5%. And then you can see, let's get a full screen view here, right? Here you go. Hail Mary. Missed kick. We'll see, though. There's a lot of game left. That chart's not everything, but Bills and Packers swap kickers. Who says no? Probably both teams, to be honest. I don't know that either team would want to do that. NHL is back. You know, I'm not nearly as into hockey as someone from where I'm from would be, that you'd expect. I butchered that sentence so much. Let me try it again. I am not as into hockey as you might expect, given where I come from, being from North Dakota, having family in Minnesota and all that. I have nothing against hockey. I think hockey is sick. Hockey is a great sport to go to. Like, hockey game atmospheres are awesome. Playoff hockey is electric. I just can never bring myself to, like, watch a regular season Wild game. I'm big. I like college hockey a lot. That's like my more niche sport that I'm kind of into. My college hockey team is the University of Minnesota Duluth. I bandwagon to them because my brother-in-law went there, and I just love Duluth, Minnesota so much. And they're also the Bulldogs, just like Georgia, right? And I went to a UMD hockey game. College hockey is sick. The Frozen Four is awesome. I do have great childhood memories of watching, like, University of North Dakota hockey going up against the Golden Gophers, man. That's like the Michigan, Ohio State of college hockey. Like, legitimately. College hockey is sick. Let me put y'all on. I have a UMD quarter zip I'll have to wear someday. I got it at Amsoil Arena. True story. But Kira Cat saying only got into hockey this year because Utah now as a team have been having a lot of fun with it. Nah, it's fun, dude. It's a lot of fun. It is. Green Gandalf loves hockey, but all I hear about from hockey fans is their new horrible playoff system. Really? Is that a thing? Dude, what's new about the playoff system? What do hockey fans not like about it? Genuinely curious. I honestly have no idea. Michael Doty. Wow, I do that sometimes. I just like I always say Michael, but I just read your name verbatim there. NHL hockey is my second favorite sport. I believe it, right? You absolutely love the Pens. I feel like I see you post about the Penguins a lot. There's another big sack. Is that AJ Epineza again? Oh, late flag. Late flag. Oh. Michael saying he's watched significantly less regular season over the past few years. I get that, right? There's so many games. It's hard to keep up with all of it. But no, playoff hockey is unreal. I won't lie. I will occasionally tune into a playoff hockey game. Just like I watch some of the Stanley Cup finals, you know. Sometimes I can't help myself. I got to watch the puck on the ice. But wow, they get the body weight not pass interference. They get the body weight roughing the passer. Poor AJ Epineza. He's having a great game too. This Bills pass rush is still getting home pretty frequently. They are kicking some tail at the line of scrimmage. But that is tough. That is a tough break right there. Troy doesn't like it. I don't love it either. Again, like I get like that's the rule. Really, Will Arnett is on. I did see they were teasing Will Arnett and Jason Bateman. Are they on together? As a big Arrested Development fan, I hope that they're on together. He was great in BoJack too. He's also Lego Batman and the Reese's peanut butter commercial voice. Lego Masters. There's Brees Hall. But I saw they had Jason Bateman on too. I hope they brought Job and Michael back together. Oh, another thing to put y'all on. Honestly, I was talking about this with Christine the other day. All-time favorite show, I really do think it's Arrested Development. Man, that's just such a comfort show for me. First 3 seasons are so funny. It's got such great rewatch value. Oh, what a good show. I have an Arrested Development t-shirt too, somewhere. But, 2nd and 5. Jets are kind of driving. There's Brees. All right, a few more yards for him. Green Gandalf saying, from what was described to me, imagine if the NFL divisional teams always played each other in the playoff wild card round. Oh, yeah, that is kind of boring. Yeah. And instead of the best teams playing bad teams like the NFL, making the later rounds of the playoffs better matchups. Okay, yeah. And they do have it's 3 divisions or something, right, with the NHL. It's aligned different from any other sport, you know. Whew. So yeah, I can see how there'd be some wackiness with that. That's what's fun about the playoffs, right? You see matchups that you don't always see very often. Pitch to Brees. Got it. First down and then some. There goes Brees Hall. Brees Hall house call. Out of bounds. 8 teams per division. Okay, fair enough. Brees chant's going crazy. Here we go, dude. Oh, man. 13 for 92 for Breece Hall now. He's running pretty well today. This is probably the best this Jets running game has looked all season. Look at the blocking. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that hole. Could drive a truck through that thing. Can they finish this drive off, right? Here we go. First and goal from the Buffalo 3. Big Braylon Allen in the game now. Can he bring the boom? They got to hand it to the big dog, right? No, play action. Rodgers wants it. It's nearly intercepted. Oh, boy. Getting maybe a little greedy there. Going play action on first and goal. Trying to hit it. That was a very, very dangerous ball right there. He really tried to force that one into Conklin. He looked pretty well covered up there. Taylor Rapp just getting his hand up right there. You know what? Fair. And a lot of people are clowning on Todd Downing because he didn't exactly look great the last time he came out there. But this Jets offense does look just so much better, doesn't it? Man. Now they'll give it to Breece, and they're expecting it. Oh, boy. Third and goal now, though. Oh. Todd Downing. 4 divisions, top 3 in each make it, +2 wild cards. All right. Not the worst in the world, I guess. I say that with very little skin in the game for NHL. I'm a neutral puck enjoyer, but of course I'll cheer for the Wild, right? We've got Kirill the Thrill. He's goated. Here we go. Big, big third and goal. Can the Jets get the lead, or are they going to have to settle for 3? Rodgers with time. Looking for Wilson. Couldn't quite adjust. Good defense right there. Nah, bro, you ain't getting a flag. That's good coverage right there by Benford. They're going to kick it. I guess he could have flirted with going for it. I don't know. I don't hate a no call right there. Man, they tried to get a crazy hookup right there. Rodgers wants the flag. I don't know, man. They'll tie the game, though. Dude, you will take that if you're the Jets. I mean, obviously, like, it sucks leaving 4 more points on the table, and that's twice now that you've kind of crashed out in the red zone, right? But given where you were at not that long ago, where it was looking like you might be in danger to go down 3 scores, you now got a tie game with the kick up and good. I will say, though, leaving some points on the table. It took a penalty for the Bills' last drive to kind of stall out a little bit. You got to feel pretty good about the Bills being able to move the ball a little bit. I would still say, part of me thinks Buffalo wins this game, man, with just how good their pass rush is looking and that their offense looks good. I feel like even if it's back and forth, right, I could totally see a scenario where Jets have the ball late, down 4 in the fourth quarter, and then the Bills' pass rush just closes it out, gets a big sack to take them home or something. But I'm loving this. It's tied up. It's 20-20. Like, I'm liking, like, this is truly anyone's game right now. It was looking like maybe Bills would run away with it for a little bit, but it is interesting, isn't it? You know, there's just something that seems to happen when these two teams get together on Monday Night Football in MetLife Stadium with the Jets wearing their white uniforms. When all those things happen, you seem to get a good game, don't you? Time to fix my posture here real quick. I know I'm going to be slouching again in like 5 minutes. It's all right. It's all good, though. But, no, both offenses have looked good, too. There's part of me was like, this could be a bit of a slower game, bit of a clunker at times, but both quarterbacks look good. The running games have been good. There is really not a lot you can complain about right now. I mean, if you're a fan of either of these teams, you're probably extremely stressed right now. The game, that means a lot, but I am enjoying this. I've got my imaginary bowl of popcorn right now. I am chilling. I'm feeling good. Michael saying Taylor Swift is at the Yankees game, by the way, and Travis Kelce. Well, you know, as GOAT like to point out, Maybe he was at the Guardians game instead, right? Travis has got his Cleveland roots. But yeah, they are at that game, aren't they? Tavis, baby. Let's go, Tavis. Chiefs on their bye this week, right? They'll be back next week with a Super Bowl rematch against the 49ers. I tell you what, we're in a commercial break. Let's look ahead to what is an absolute treat. I'm just going to look at the matchups. I'm not going to break anything down yet. We'll save that for later. Thursday night game, whatever. Sean Payton's return to New Orleans. I guess that's fun. We might get to see the agenda once again. Spencer Rattler. London game, whatever. Oh, banger of a game. Oh, banger of a game. Oh, banger of a game. Honestly, not a crazy matchup, but a fun rivalry, right? Saquon's return as well. Hopefully Malik Neighbors is back. You know what? We're going to do it. Banger of a game. Banger of a game. Honestly, banger of a game. We've got an awesome Week 7 slate. Week 7 is going to rule. I am so excited for next Sunday. Week 7 is going to rule. Thank you so much, Schroeder Iceman, for your super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Saw our Vikes beat A-Rod in London. Cheers, man. Skol. Skol. Let's go, baby. That's awesome. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. BearPod saying thought Kelsey was from Cincy. Yeah, Kelsey's from Cincy. I guess Taylor Swift, she's from Tennessee, right? But she has ties to New York too. Who knows, bro? But maybe they just wanted to catch a baseball game. Maybe they just wanted to catch a baseball game. Let me heart that right there. Let's go. I didn't even know you could heart super chats until this now. Apologies to the 2 other super chats I've gotten. Never even got around to hearting those, but appreciate it so much, Schroeder. I just realized that's Schroeder from Charlie Brown too, isn't it? As your picture. That's awesome. He's nuts on the piano, dude. He's nuts on the piano. All right, 1st and 15. Bills backed up again, man. Those penalties. There's Ray Davis. Could Ray Davis go for 100 yards tonight? We might see his first career 100-yard game. Wow. Looking at the division winning chances based off a win. If the Bills win, looking pretty good for them to win the division, potentially. Dude, it would be kind of crazy if the Jets pulled this one out. Troy Aikman's it's a little early for analytics on the winning division. Fair play, Troy. You know what? We like to get ahead of ourselves, don't we, though? It's fun, isn't it? It's fun. There's Kincaid again. Good to see him get a little bit more involved, right? That was a big story going into the year. It's Kincaid not really showing up in this offense, but he's been a big factor these past few weeks, it seems like. Michael asking, is AFC East the worst division in football? It might be, and that's tough because I honestly do think the Jets and Bills, all things considered, are pretty good teams. I said maybe the AFC West would be a contender. I know they have the Chiefs and the Chargers look solid. Don't love the Raiders or Broncos a ton. And even the Chargers, they're good, but I don't know. The AFC East might be one too. Excuse me. Just a year ago, we thought it was going to be the best division in football, maybe. Allen. Oh, that's so tough. They're going to get the PI for that. Reed can't believe it. And he most certainly did not need to do that either. That's the tough part, right? Allen with the desperation heave going against the grain again. It's kind of a crazy throw by Josh right there. We'll have to see the replay. But it certainly did not look like they needed to bump Mac Hollins like that. They hit him pretty hard. Now the refs are talking. Reed falls down. Hollins gets up. Reed recovers. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. Unnecessary roughness on the offense. Oh, they're going to offset again. These offsetting penalties are going crazy. That's the second time we've seen that tonight. Both have been massive, massive moments. Wow. So it's going to be replay 3rd down, right? Michael saying NFC North could be better than last year's AFC North. I truly think there's a chance that all 4 NFC North teams make the playoffs. I really do. Yeah, that would be sick. Hard Knocks for the North. Adam Robles, welcome to the stream, Adam. Good to have you in here. Saying Vikings versus Lions this Sunday. Who do I have? I am going to say Lions, right? 25% of this is a gimmick because I've picked against the Vikings so many times now and they keep winning, right? And even like with no Hutch, I think the Vikings certainly have more of a chance. And I do think they match up pretty well. Wouldn't shock me. Josh sails it. Jets get a big stop. Nah, dude, they're not going to throw a flag on that. That was not a catchable ball. That hit got, I don't know. That was not a flag. Big stop from the Jets. I'm going to go with the Lions, though. I will say, again, and this is stupid. Well, first of all, the Vikings are going to lose at some point, right? Like they are. Like they're not going undefeated, right? If we lose to the Lions, whatever, you know. I do like how we match up, right? Darnold should hopefully be kept pretty clean. No Hutchinson, no Davenport. Tackles are really good, right? You keep Darnold clean. I like Jefferson and Addison against Terrion Arnold and Carlton Davis in this Lions secondary. Like, honestly, Jefferson's always had his way with the Lions, right? And I don't know. The secondary, it's been a little bit better, but, you know, Terrion Arnold has had his moments where he's kind of gotten picked on a little bit, right? Hopefully Aaron Jones is back for the Vikings. And hopefully TJ Hawkinson is back. That's another thing, too. TJ Hawkinson. Back just in time to go up against Kirby Joseph. That's crazy. So I do like this Vikings offense enough to like get on the board and score points. And I love this Vikings defense. We know that, right? Like, dude, and I'm getting so close to talking myself into it, and it is in Minnesota. I think the biggest thing that worries me, right? The one thing that I was really worried about this Vikings defense going into the year, and we haven't seen quite be a problem yet. It was kind of a problem against the 49ers, but I am a little worried still about our defensive line. Not necessarily our edge play, right? But the three interior linemen, right? I do love me some Harrison Phillips. Just not a lot around him yet. Still pretty thin up front. And I just wonder if this is the kind of game where they can just pound it with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. If this might be the game where it's like, they can just, you know, the Lions offensive line is just going to maul this Vikings defensive front. And it might be a bit of a higher scoring game and it'll be close, but like we just can't stop the run. They get like so many third down conversions or something like that, right? Adam Robles saying, I mean, we did almost beat the Lions twice last year with Nick Mullins at QB. No, I mean, that's very true, right? And again, like this offense is so sick. Jefferson is going to get his. Addison, Hawkinson hopefully back. Hopefully Aaron Jones back. I think we can. I think Hutch being out just changes this game so much, right? For better or worse, I'm still probably going to pick the Lions, though. I don't know, dude. Like, they're just such a good team. Like, they still... But losing Hutch changes so much. I'm going to have to think about this. I'm going to break my brain if I try and pick this game right now. For better or worse, in the Pick'em Challenge, I'm going to click the Lions just because I seem to keep picking against the Vikings, and the Vikings seem to keep winning. But the way Jordan Mason and the 49ers kind of ran the ball against us, like they were kind of chewing up yards, and it was kind of nice that we got up and could take the running game out a little bit. And we got them into a lot of second and third and longs, and they couldn't run the ball as much, but we'll see. Green Gandalf saying the Vikings are good against the run when teams run against them, but we haven't played against a team that was willing to commit. Vikings are favored, I suppose, right? No Hutch. Yeah. Yeah, we were able to get the 49ers out of running. Texans would love to commit to the run, but we just kind of spanked them. That's a big thing is we've been up so big early in a lot of these games that teams haven't been able to run. If the Lions can keep it close and keep the run game a factor, that's when I would start to get concerned. Like if you're the Vikings, man, you want to go out there. You want Justin Jefferson going out there getting like a 75-yard touchdown off the rip, right? But Bearpod say just pick the Vikings, release yourself to hope. Here's the funny thing, right? I am excited about the Vikings. And again, to plug myself, like I actually wrote a piece on my website. Shout out my WordPress, Dr. Pigskin. I wrote a piece about like releasing myself to hope and accepting that the Vikings are good despite 15 years of childhood trauma rooting for the Vikings, right? Because it's just more fun that way. And honestly, a big reason why I pick against them is because like I like to believe that I'm helping them. Obviously not, right? But you just know if I pick them this week, they are going to lose. Garrett Wilson, big catch. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll make myself vulnerable anyways. I'll allow myself to be hurt. I'll be hurt either way, believe me. Like I said, this game means so much to me. I want us to win by 50. But I've been yapping about Vikings versus Lions while actual plays are going on. I put my arms up because that was a nice throw and catch to Garrett Wilson. That will be an interesting conversation for a later stream. But that is gonna be a fun game, dude. I'm so excited but so nervous. I hope the bank is rocking. Brees again. He's over 100 yards now. Lowering the shoulder up near the first down marker. We do have a flag flying in from the back. That's crazy. The Vikings are favored, though. I suppose they're at home. No hutch, but... Got Rake Gareth Productions back in here. Welcome to the stream. Childhood trauma. Yeah, I'd be terrified if my team made the playoffs almost every year. Fair play, right? Oh, it's an illegal... What was the call there? Personal foul on Taron Johnson. No, that's fair, right? And I think for me, the whole thing is like, yeah, they do, but then they always crash out, right? Yeah, they make the playoffs, but then Blair Walsh misses the kick. Yeah, they make the playoffs, but then Brett Favre throws across his body and they lose, crushing the hopes and dreams of 9-year-old Dr. Pigskin. Yeah, they make the playoffs and they get the Minneapolis Miracle, but then Philadelphia beats them down 38-7, one game away from a home playoff game, you know. Yeah, they make the playoffs, but then Kirk Cousins throws short of the sticks on 4th and 8, proving we were actually frauds all along. But obviously there are teams that have it worse than the Vikings. Like, I won't lie, right? I won't lie. You know, there's two different types of suffering. Rodgers. Check it down to Brees, who gets up, kind of gets wrapped around and lost his forward progress and maybe lost a yard or two. So, no, I will give that to you guys. Like, if you're like a Browns fan or even like a Lions fan, you know, or like, who's another team that hasn't made the Jets haven't made the playoffs in a while, right? Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, who's got it worse than us? But maybe not too many teams. Oh, man. Yeah, that Philly championship was so sad, dude. That was sad. Especially Vikings scored on the first drive, right? Vikings went down and scored 7-0 Kyle Rudolph. I was like, dude, we're going to the Super Bowl. Nope. Rodgers. Can the Jets finish this drive off in the red zone? There's Lazard, the Hail Mary receiver. 3rd and short. Technical term is learned helplessness. Yeah, we are still chasing that elusive Super Bowl. One day, man, it's going to feel so good. It's going to feel so good. Nah, I'm good. We don't need Pat Shurmur. I'm good. I'm all right. What's he up to these days? Isn't he like on Colorado's staff or something, right? Oh, don't I know it, Adam. 3rd and 1 for the Jets. Touchdown, Braylon Allen. A hammer up the middle. Jets take the lead, but there's a flag down. Oh, they're going to wave it off. They're going to wave it off. He is Colorado's OC. That's crazy. You know what was hilarious? Mike Zimmer was on that staff for a little bit too. And me just picturing Mike Zimmer working with Coach Prime is hilarious. Like, imagine Mike Zimmer coaching Travis Hunter. At least he wasn't coaching Shador. Could you imagine Mike Zimmer? Mike Zimmer has probably listened to Perfect Timing more than like 99% of human beings on Earth. Imagine Mike Zimmer listening to Perfect Timing. Mike Zimmer just starts going like this. I feel bad for Mike. There's a weird amount of people on Vikings Twitter that's like been cheering on Mike's downfall with Dallas. Like, nah, dude, you don't get it. He was him for a little bit. Yeah. Rodgers. Oh, Wilson got smoked. Oh, boy, and he's down. That would have been an insane throw and catch, but that was a hospital ball right there. Man. Jeez. Yeah, he got absolutely popped on that. Rodgers just gave him an Austin Collie ball right there. Oh, he got sandwiched. Ball pops out. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, Rake Gareth. Like, I get, like, yes, the Vikings have had plenty good, right? But they also just get it yanked away from them just at the last second. Just get it yanked away. There's different types of suffering, though. I will get that. Like, overall, you get so much good, you know. But I get what you're saying, believe me. Oh, man. He was him until that Brett Coleman video. Coleman curse was real. Got JJ McCarthy too, right? So I'm saying, please, dude, do not make a video about Brian Flores. We're good. As much as I'd love to hear what he has to say, we're good. We're good. Nah, the Jets, their favorite game seems to be leaving points on the table. That is now going to be 12 points left on the table potentially, should they kick this field goal, which they will. 4th and 12, right? Was that 0 for 3 in the red zone for scoring touchdowns, right? Is that right? Let's see. One of the touchdowns was a Hail Mary. And the other touchdown... Nah, they got a touchdown in the red zone. That's right. Okay, they are 1 for 4 in the red zone. That is pretty hard. It's pretty hard to win football. Yeah, I know he is working on that Brian Flores video. We might need to, like, break his hard drive or something. Hack his computer. Just be like, delete it, bro. Delete it. Yeah. The Jets are good. They're just, I don't want to say they're shooting themselves in the foot, but they're stepping on thumbtacks right now is what they're doing. They haven't quite killed themselves, but they are putting themselves in great pain. Some great pain. Wow. Thank you so much, BearPod, for the super chat. Saying, conspiracy, Aaron Rodgers hospital ball is proof that he is systematically eliminating all opponents and discontents to his power in Jets land. Oh, I love it. I love the conspiracy, right? You are not Alan Lazard. You must be eliminated. We have an established chemistry. Target locked. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, BearPod. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Yeah, it is taking a while. Hey, I'm sure he's got a lot to say, right? And I feel like Flores just does something crazy every week. You know, there's so much to say. He did mention it a while ago, though. You know, Brett, he's probably going to, like, find some volcano that, like, ties in with Brian Flores' history and, like, film. No way! Doink! 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 Greg the Leg doinked it, and it's a tie game! Man. What is this game, man? This has been one of the best and craziest games that we've seen. It is not a kicking type of night, is it? Oh my goodness. Goodness. Well, now they lost 7 points on... Well, math is crazy, I guess. Whatever. They have lost out on more points. Jeez. Yeah, honestly, at this rate, yeah. Be like Brian Daboll last night, right? He just said, screw it, we're going to go for it. And you could have thought about going for it. Well, not after the penalty, right? But there was a few, like the closer ones. You could have thought about it, right? Now we get a false start on the Bills. This game needs to eat a meal with a lot of carbs and drink some water and take a shower because it is drunk. It is currently a drunk game that we're watching. This is crazy. Well, what do the Bills have cooked up on another drive that starts behind the chains thanks to penalties? Just dump it off to Samuel. There you go. Get some of the yards back. Ooh, he got popped too. We're seeing some hard hits in this game. Got lit up. Ashton Davis coming in there. Oh, now they're dancing in another flag. Oh my gosh, it's another Bills penalty. Illegal formation. What'd they get him for? So now what? It's 1st and 20? Yeah. Oh, the lineman doing that or whatever, maybe. Uncovered. Nah, how many penalties do they have? They have been kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Maybe that both teams have been shooting themselves in the foot. We'll find the penalty stats here. DJ Reed doubtful to return, it sounds like, too, per Laura Rutledge. Team stats. Penalties. 9 for 73 yards for the Bills. And they've all come in like crucial junctures, too. Joshy. Oh, nothing. Nothing doing for the screen. Quincy Williams saw that thing coming. No, sir, he says. Reminds me of the screens that they've got schemed up for me in Road to Glory right now. I made another Road to Glory player. Made a running back for the University of Georgia, right? Some of you guys have been around here a while. Might have seen a real student athlete experience, my University of Minnesota pocket passer quarterback. Now I made a running back for UGA. I said, screw it. I'm going to make him like a 5-star or whatever the highest one is. I want to have some fun. Dude, I hate our play calling so much. We call so many screens. The defense knows what's coming. And there'll be so many screens like the one you just saw right there where like the linebacker just sits and he just knows that it's going to me. And they still throw it to me and I get stuffed. I'm in my junior year. Gunnar Stockton, who's UGA's current backup, is now the quarterback, taking over for Carson Beck, and he stinks to high heaven, dude. Dude, it's honestly so frustrating. Our coach keeps calling the same 5 plays. I try doing the extra play option. Literally every time I do extra play, like it gives you 2 extra plays, it's always the same 2 plays. So now we've run those 2 so many that the AI knows those are coming too. As soon as we get in those formations, they know. It's either motion inside zone or motion read option. It's so frustrating, dude. Oh, my running back. Thinking about transferring, maybe. We'll see. But boo Yankees down with the evil empire of baseball. Evil empires, I suppose. The Dodgers, you could probably say, is the other evil empire, right? How is that game looking right now? 5-2. They closed it out. Yankees taking the lead. Best of 7 series. Yankees lead 1-0. Rodon getting the win. Big 3rd inning got it done for him. Oh, sorry, Goat. If you're still in here, sorry about that. You had a class with Gunnar Stockton. Really nice guy. Oh, let's go. Well, you know what? Maybe only virtual Gunnar Stockton stinks. I'm sure the real Gunnar Stockton is chill, but in this NCAA Road to Glory save, he stinks. But I'm sure he's a better quarterback in real life. You know, that's cool. That's cool. He's a chill guy. I wonder what class you had with him, if you mind me asking. Dodgers, the benevolent emperors. That's a great way of putting it. They're the COVID emperors. But I had a class with Carson Beck, not to one-up you. Sorry if it was unintentional. I didn't know him like that, though. So you probably have me in that you like have a deeper connection with Gunnar Stockton. Carson Beck was just kind of there. He gave a presentation on the New York Jets and their business model. But that's sick. You had a class with Gunnar. I wonder if you have classes with any other UGA athletes. I wonder, Michael. Of course, we had a few athletes in our program, in the sports media program. Blow off business communication class. Nice. Yeah. You can always tell the athlete classes, right? You see athletes in your class, you're like, let's go. This is going to be an easy one. Let's go. Half the football team is in this class. We're chilling. Oh, we got some chippiness here. Hold on. Chippiness with the lights out. Jabri Abdur-Rahim. That's sick. That's awesome. Dude, that's so funny. They're literally just doing a light show, like cool green strobe lights. Meanwhile, the Jets and Bills are like shoving each other. Fourth quarter. What a great game this has been. One of the games you just need to clap. Had her history class with Eric Stokes get out of town. That's awesome. Eric Stokes. That's a real NFLer right there. Oh my goodness. They're going to get the Bills with the penalty. Dude. I'm about to make a terrible joke right here, but it connects to Sean McDermott. Right now, the Bills are not banding together and working together like another group of people that were involved with New York and Jets. If you know, you know. Sean McDermott, we need to band together. Oh my gosh. Can you believe that? That article is almost a year old now. The Sean McDermott 9/11 speech. I cannot believe that's actually real. Imagine like being in an NFL locker room. Your coach is like, we need to work together like the hijackers in 9/11. Like, all right, bro. Oh, man. Green Gandalf saying only consolation penalties matter less and less the closer you are to the end zone. Fair enough, I guess. But, man, they're just backed up and backed up and backed up. And it killed the drive. It killed the drive. Bearpod mind-blown emoji. Yeah, I am surprised he kept that job, too. That was wild. That is maybe the most out-of-pocket Dr. Pigskin joke ever. Whew. Getting hit hard. Michael saying he had Carlos Sports Media and Society class. Same. Legendary class. Jake Camarda was in that one. Only saw him in the group me. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, that was a great class. I loved that class. Watching 30 for 30s, talking about sports media, and of course, my favorite, society. Talking about society. We live in a society. Caden saying he's pretty happy with the Packers secondary. You know, it's rounding into shape a little bit, right? Week 1, it looked a little bit rough. It's like, oh boy, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith kind of having their way a little bit. Doing their thing, right? Here we go. Here we go. That was wild. Anyways, Jets ball. Man, can the Jets actually finish a drive? Rodgers over the middle. There's his man, Lazard. I wonder how Garrett Wilson is doing. Is he out there? I wasn't even paying attention. He did get banged up pretty badly. And what do you know? Oh, he is out there. But you know what? Bear Pod, you're still right. Really makes you think. First play after Wilson gets shaken up, they target Lazard. Really makes you think, doesn't it? Five for 89. I got to say, Lazard might have not been great last year. He's been very productive this year for the Jets. He's been a legit important piece in this offense. Brees stumbles. I know that's not another flag. That's insanity. Kira Cat asking if I'm doing Thursday again. It might be ugly for Denver. I don't think Surtain is going to play, and McMillan and Riley Moss are also limited in practice. Ooh, that is tough. Riley Moss has been a baller too. I'm thinking about it. I might have some work on Thursday, and there's also just a lot of stuff I need to do around the house. I have it penciled in as questionable right now. We'll see. But you know what? I've got a Broncos fan who's showing up here in chat now. I might need to do it for the Broncos fan. We'll see. But keep your eyes peeled for a community post. If I go live on Thursday, I'll make a community post on YouTube before I do. Give you a little heads up, but I'm listed as questionable right now. 50-50 shot. Yeah, penalties are going crazy. If you had the over in penalties, first of all, call the hotline. Second of all, you're betting on penalty total. Second of all, congratulations, you hit. Oh, Mike Will dropped it. I love calling Mike Williams Mike Will, right? Mike Will made it. I was like saying Mike Will caught it. In that case, Mike Will dropped it. Is right there too, man. And he doesn't get too many targets, and he's got to kind of catch those if he wants to keep seeing the ball. He almost caught it on the second effort, which is crazy. That's crazy. Appreciate that, Kira Cat. Green Gandalf saying, hot take, Jets would be the best team in the AFC with Devontae Adams. Ooh, that's a spicy one right there. There's teams in Kansas City and Baltimore that might have something to say about that. Could they win the East with Devontae, though? Ooh, might be onto something. Might be talking. You know, it would be pretty interesting if he ended up getting traded here, wouldn't he? It's possible. Very, very possible. Here we go. 3rd down and long for the Jets. Man. You wonder, they get like 6 yards here. Would they dare to go for it, right? Interim head coach making some big decisions and big spots. We might learn based off the play call right here. If they're throwing like near the logo. Rodgers, strike. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, no. No. That is an unbelievable catch by Lazard. How did he get that? Oh, my goodness. Lazard on Bernard goes hard. Throwing the ball across the yard. Rodgers is staying in there. He got banged up right there. That's why I was kind of going like, oh, no. Now delay of game. Took the words right out of my mouth, Joe Buck. Michael with an even hotter take. Russell Wilson gets traded. That would be crazy. I could almost see it though, right? Steelers have no financial obligation to keep him, right? The way his contract is. They keep rolling with Fields. Why not? I mean, I wonder who would take him, right? Maybe like an emergency situation, right? Like, oh, we just need a quarterback. Like our guy got hurt or something, maybe. That would be crazy. I'm trying to think of what team would make sense to trade for Wilson. Would be a good backup for no money. Minnesota backup to Darnold. I will say I struggle to see him in a KOC offense. Although I also did kind of struggle to see him in Arthur Smith's offense, right? He's another like he just doesn't like attacking the middle of the field. He doesn't like playing in structure as much. I don't know that that'd be a great fit. Colts would be interesting, but I feel like they're good with Flacco, right? And like they are insistent on playing Richardson, you know. Like it is Richardson and Flacco. Those are the two guys that are going to play for the Colts. Like I don't feel like they probably don't feel like they would need to bring in Wilson too. I don't know, like the Raiders. Maybe. Their quarterback situation is pretty rough right now. Yeah, maybe like the Raiders, I guess. But yeah, he is like dude. KOC would have a head full of gray hair by the end of the season if Russell Wilson played for him. No disrespect to Russ. Loved him in his prime, right? But man, he could just not fit. Dolphins, that one would be interesting, right? Just force him to be Tua again. Oh, it's just tough to see him in a McDaniel offense. It's kind of tough to see anyone in a McDaniel offense right now, though. But they could feel like we need to make an upgrade at quarterback. Tua might be coming back soon, though. That's what they are saying. They'll try and get some yards back with Brees. Well, here you go. Hold your breath, folks. The kicker is coming out on the field. Hang on to your hats. Cross your hearts and hope to die. We're about to see a field goal attempt. Greg the Leg Zerline missed a 32-yarder last time we saw him out here. This one a wee bit longer. 43-yarder. Greg Zerline trying to give the New York Jets the lead. And, oh, he doinked it again! Does someone want to win this game, bro? Unbelievable. He doinked it again. The most demoralizing sound in football. That was nowhere close. That was nowhere close. Jeepers creepers, dude. He doinked it again. He's 2 away from tying the GOAT, Cody Parkey. Man. What is going on, man? Tie game, still. Let's just get another walk-off punt return touchdown. Why not, right? Maybe a kick 6 this time. Survey says no, indeed. BearPod saying Steelers won't trade Wilson unless it's a crazy offer because they're actually trying to win every year. No, I get that, right? And if Fields somehow goes down or something, right, then they would want someone they can feel confident behind him. Fair enough, right? Fields has had an injury history. The way he plays, you kind of worry about that a little bit. Yeah. That would be crazy, though. They bring in Russ just to trade him. That would be insane. Michael says, at this point, I just want to see the Steelers in the second round more than the first round of the draft. Dude, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know why my brain is just not processing that comment. At this point, I want to see the Steelers in the second round more than in the first round of the draft. Just based off like the way they draft, I'm taking it. Green Gandalf saying the kickers forgot the sport is called football. It's called football, isn't it? Oh, you got to kick it through the uprights, mate. Oh, he bottled it. Oh. Wow. Yeah, it's a good thing I haven't tried to do a London game with my British accent yet. They do make some good day 2 picks, don't they? Yeah. Because they traded. They tried to. It'd be an interesting spot for Devontae Adams, honestly. I don't know that they'd be able to pull it off. That might be tough, but they would be like a somewhat interesting spot. How about this game, indeed? Loving the British accent. I take it, Green Gandalf. Yeah, Zach Frazier's been a dude, too. Joey Porter Jr., George Pickens. Who else did they draft? Did they have 2 second-round picks this year? Yeah. Fair enough, Green Gandalf. Last year, I did that. I did that for a little bit. I did a British accent for a tiny bit for the I didn't do it for the entire stream, but I did a little bit for the Jaguars Falcons stream. I was like, "Oh, Calvin Ridley against his former club. Can you believe it?" I believe Calvin Ridley did score in that game too. Oh, look at that. Keon Coleman on the slant. More of that, please. He's good at that kind of stuff, right? Feed him. Well, the entire British accent stream. Maybe one day I'll stream a London game. I'll get some tea. I always go like back and forth with my pitches in the British accents, right? Like, sometimes I want to do a deeper British accent like this. I'm not even sure this is British, you know. Oh, Tuesday, innit? Tuesday, innit? Did you watch Arsenal last night? What a shambolic effort. I mean, what was Wenger thinking? Subbing Walcott on that late? And the thing about Arsenal, they always try and walk it in. This game does have heavy tie energy, doesn't it? It has very heavy tie energy. Tie would be hilarious. Oh, they got Rex Ryan on the Manning cast right now. Jets and Bills legend. Coach Immaculate Grid right there, Rex Ryan. Oh, Kane doesn't want to see the British accent stream, does he? Fair enough. Oh, Peaky Blinders. 2nd down and 7. Dude, I have too much fun doing this. There's Kincaid, 1st down. Look at that. Dude, I am in a 2K Discord, And I don't know what the heck is going on in there right now, but there's like some bot that's in there, it looks like. Keeps spamming messages. It's so weird. Keanu Benton was a second rounder. Yeah, he's a beast up front, isn't he? That entire Steelers front is just so sick. BearPod works with Australians all day, and I nailed it. Thank you. That's pretty good BearPod lore right there, working with Australians. Man, I can only imagine the wacky shenanigans you guys get into. There's Ray Davis again. Oh. Oh, look at him waving his arms there. Josh found him. Might be able to see my blanket a little bit. Fun fact, want some doctor lore. When I stream, I usually have a blanket around my legs. Not necessarily because I'm cold. It's just so comfy. Might have never, ever seen the blanket before on stream. This is my streaming blanket. Shout out my Aunt Nicole for getting this for me for Christmas. I think it was my Aunt Nicole. But yeah, this is the stream blanket. I like pet it like a cat sometimes too. It's just so soft. It's so comfy. Well, here we go. Offense is in the red zone. What wacky thing is going to happen this time? They call it tomato sauce instead of ketchup in Australia. You know, I learned something about Australia the other day that I'll share after this first down and 10. It has to do with Burger King. Tackle for loss. Here we go. This is how it starts. Next play is going to be a fumbled snap that gets kicked backwards 40 yards or something stupid like that, right? But in Australia, do you know they call Burger King Hungry Jacks? True story. That's the Burger King franchise in Australia, is Hungry Jacks. Green Gandalf has a super comfy Vikings blanket that he always watches TV and movies in and thanks his mom. Oh, that's sweet. That's awesome. Family-made blankets or family-bought blankets are the best. Fumble by Josh Allen as he's throwing. Hey, you're maybe a little bit ahead there, Mr. Caden O'Connor. Oh, flag. Here we go. That's the wacky thing instead. Hold on. Hold on. What's this flag for? I have a Vikings blanket too. True story. Like the goated pancake mix. Oh, it's roughing the passer. Oh, because Josh's head snapped back. I believe it's a different brand, right? Because that's Hungry Jacks. But that's what I thought of too. I was like, are those two connected? I don't think so. But Hungry Jack pancake mix is good. So is Krusteaz. But, oh, I grew up with Krusteaz, but also Hungry Jack just has so much aura. I feel like Hungry Jack and then some syrup. Oh. Pancake mix has aura. The internet has done irreversible damage to our youth. Gain of 2 there. Dr. Pig, have I ever ate In-N-Out? I have had it 3 times, I believe. And it's actually been a while since I've had In-N-Out. You know, I always love good In-N-Out discourse, right? Because I feel like the popular take is like In-N-Out is really good, right? Then there's like a largish segment of people like, actually, In-N-Out is not that good. I don't know, dude. I think it's pretty good. I've had it 3 times. I've enjoyed it every time. I like the vibes. I like the prices. I like the burgers. You know what? The fries aren't the best. Whatever. Just get them animal style. The burgers are so good. The burgers are so good. The hats you get are sick. The shakes are good. I like their shakes. Yeah, In-N-Out, good. That is my take. I've had it 3 times. I've enjoyed it every single time. I'm excited to go back. Maybe try something new. Try something off the secret menu. But if you think it's fine, that's fine. Right? I will say, like, you could have better fries. It's not like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest restaurant ever. But I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Wendy's does have the Krabby Patty collab. I don't know. It's a Dave single with different sauce. They didn't even get a sesame seed bun. Third and goal, broken up. What a play. What an unbelievable play. Diving breakup. Wow. Well, here we go. It wasn't a terrible, terrible disaster, but the Bills can't find the end zone. Going to Mac Hollins in crunch time, broken up by Oliver. Is that Isaiah Oliver? Here we go. Here we go. Surely he can bang this one through. No way. No way. No way the Bills jumped. Ryland denied knowing what Skibbity Toilet is. I don't believe that man for a sec. Ryland absolutely knows what Skibbity Toilet is. Especially if you're saying, I don't know what Skibbity Toilet is. Really? You just said Skibbity Toilet. So funny. Was he getting like pressed? It was like, Rylands, do you know Skibbity Toilet? But with the Krabby Patty collab, maybe I'll try it, right? And maybe this is so stupid to be I'm Not How Horse on. It's like, dog, they can't even get a sesame seed bun. You got to stay true to the source material. It's a Dave single with sauce. Maybe the sauce is fire. And I will say the pineapple frosty I've heard is really good. And the packaging looks cool, right? So, not trying to be a hater. I just wish that they would have really made a true, make the fictional thing real. Sorry, that's so stupid, but. Oh, man. Oh, they got the defense for it. Now, if you're the Bills, do you give in to the ancient voices in your head? There might be voices in Sean McDermott's head chanting to go for it. Will he listen? The winning team will be the first to learn to go on fourth down. Well, they're not doing it here. I would consider going for it here, potentially. Now you're at the 3? They're going to kick it. Whatever. I mean, they'll surely make this one, right? But, man. Oh, he barely got it. Here's what I'll say. As someone that has watched Aaron Rodgers for my entire life as a football fan, when have you ever felt good ever about giving him the ball last? Bro, is there seriously another flag down? Oh, boy. That kick might have been no good for... Dude, if that penalty was on the offense, they might have missed that. Like, actually. Oh, man. His mom was talking about banned words in her classroom, and Ryland denied. He's a skibbity denier. Oh, my gosh. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Javon Kinlaw. Bro. Well... What'd he do? He's like, oh, man. What'd he do? I missed it. Clearly he did something. Joe Buck was able to be like, ah, there it is. They got him. But, well, we'll see if this is the last possession or not, right? Bills do have 2 timeouts. 3:43 left is a decent amount of time, but we've seen this movie plenty of times before. Oh, it's going to come down to the end, isn't it? It's going to come right down to the end. Who's got it better than us? The football fans, the football watching public. We are out here enjoying this world. We are out here enjoying this beautiful creation of a sport that's been passed down from generation to generation, right? Football transcends time. It is still here. The founders of football are long, long, long gone. And yet here we are enjoying their creation. It might have evolved, it might have changed. The game might be unrecognizable from what it was when they first started playing back in the days of John Heisman. But I tell you what, there's still that something there, right? There's that human element, that feeling of soul that you can experience watching humans push themselves to be the very best to win for their team, their friends, their family, their city. For us to just sit back and enjoy art on the gridiron. It really is beautiful. People like to say, wow, you get so worked up over a sport, but it's not just a game. Football is life. Let's go. 3:43 left and what's been a classic. Let's go. These are the kinds of games that make you love the NFL just that much more. These are the games that just keep us coming back. Sounded like something Mike McDaniel would say. You just keep coming back to. And I think for me, right, like that's why I fell in love with the game is watching some of the greats. I remember, you know, Mike Shanahan's a Broncos fan as a kid. And, you know, now I'm trying to like emulate that. And, good friends with Mike and worked with him and his friend or his son, Kyle, and us and Sean are all friends. And yeah. I have read. Uh, it's 17,776. I have, dude. Honestly, if you have not read that before, if you have some time before bed tonight, go read it. You might need to give yourself some time, actually. You might need to give yourself a little bit more time than that. Yes. Nah, seriously. One of the greatest pieces of football content I've ever consumed. That was awesome. Yeah. Great shout right there. I remember the first time I opened it up. Also, bro, fumble. Did the Bills recover? Wow. Oh, that for a strip sack. What I say, right? Bills pass rush being able to close this one out. What did I say? Oh, I appreciate it. Wow. Emulating some John. Nah, he was not throwing. That was a fumble. No. Incomplete. Roger made the call. Was that the tuck rule? No way we saw the tuck rule in the big 2024. I feel like I've never seen the tuck rule called except for that one time. That's insane. That's the tuck rule. This game has literally had everything. Now what? The tuck rule. Let's go. I truly think this is a game we're going to remember for a long, long time, man. This is one of those games like every year when the Bills and Jets play, we'll be like, I remember this game. Sean's talking with the refs. No, it does. It does look exactly like it, right? Like that was the whole thing. It was like, and if you're a quarterback, why would you not just like do this? Like just keep doing this, sitting in the pocket. Oh, can't fumble, tuck rule, right? Look a little silly doing this, maybe, but that's actually insane. It is not quite over, Kira Cat. Wow, they can't challenge because of the expedited review. Roger really made the call for that one. He's like, expedited review, so they can't challenge it. Wow. Wow. History, talk about the ancient voices. Wow. Oh, I suppose change of possession. You're right. You're right. You're right. Booth review. All turnovers are reviewed. Fair enough. Here I am with my tinfoil hat. Rodgers will dump it off to Conklin. There you go. Rob Gronkowski. Yo, John Perry? Really? That's sick. Former referee, former rules expert for ESPN, rocking the Bills hat and headset. Now they're talking about the tuck rule. 3rd and 4. Rodgers sails it. And a flag. Dude, shout out Green Gandalf with the tuck rule call. Saying that before anyone else, dude. Let's go. Dude, Jets are going to get a first down on the PI. First down. Let's see. A little grabby. Yeah, you could say it was uncatchable, though. Fair point. Wilson might have been able to climb the ladder for that one. Wow, they're going to give it to him. 21 combined penalties is crazy. Rodgers, deep drop, under pressure. Just has to throw it away. That Bills pass rush still kind of making some moves. And what do you know? Flag down. Preseason game, says Troy. Very true. Offensive holding. Holding. Defense. Oh, a double holding. Why not? Why not, right? We haven't gotten one of those yet. All right, so we have tuck rule. We have double holding. We have 2 doinks. We have a blocked kick. We have yeah, man. The refs trying to win the game. Yeah. No, the refs need one more penalty to take the lead. 23 penalties. I mean, this is insane. This is truly insane. Now they'll just toss it out to Brees. He had a blocker. Tyron Smith just decided not to block him. I can't pretend to know what Tyron Smith's assignment was on that play. But it sure looked like he had Tyron Smith about to level Rasul Douglas. And then he said, nah, I'm good. Look at this. Yeah, they're talking about it too. Oh, he just got juked. He just got juked. Oh, Tyron. Start playing Viva La Vida by Coldplay for Tyron Smith, man. They'll get it to Brees Hall. First down. Jets moving. And what do you know? Flag on the play. 4 words that we are hearing a lot. Flag on the play. Yeah, yeah. That's a flag on the play. Yeah, yeah. Shout out Madden 21. The refs take the lead. The refs are winning. The refs are winning. This is ref ball. How is this tied for the most game in a season? How is this tied? How is this not far and away leading? We are 110% getting overtime. There is no doubt in my mind. We will get overtime, and we will probably get a tie. We will probably get a tie. Oh, another hospital ball. They're looking for the flag. Nothing this time. Taylor Rat popping him. Rap. Third and 16, right before the 2-minute warning. Over 200 yards of laundry. That is absolute insanity. They had it. Oh, maybe if he just flattened his route a little bit more. That is true. It's not even guaranteed that they make not a guarantee that they get enough yards here. They need 16 yards in 2 plays. Here we go. This might be where the Bills pass rush just closes it out, right? Rodgers has time here. He wants it all. Rodgers, deep ball, short-armed, intercepted. It's Taron Johnson in his return. Oh! And now Mike Williams is down. Man. Rodgers going deep. It was short. Oh, he got crunched. Oh. Taron Johnson like rolled over his neck and picked it off. Man, that is insane. Well, here you go. Now, if you're the Bills, 10 yards wins you the game, right? Jets do have all 3 timeouts, which is absolutely massive, right? Give props to this coaching staff for holding on to those timeouts, right? 3 and out, they get the ball back. They need a field goal. Bills first down more or less ends the game, though, right? I mean, I'm trying to do the math here. Like, the Jets can maybe spam some more timeouts, but it's looking like the Bills are in very, very good shape here. Chat loving it. What a snag that was indeed. That was a great play by Taron Johnson. Good to see him make a good play in his return, right? Kira Cat saying we'd love to see it. Goodbye, Frogers. Frogers, that's a nickname that goes hard. Bear Pod saying wonderful. That was a crazy pick, wasn't it, Green Gandalf? Yeah. You know, penalties, sacks kind of got the Jets into some long situations. They felt that they just needed to take a big shot. Be an interesting play to go back on the All-22 and watch. How open was Mike Williams? Was that really that bad of a throw by Rodgers, right? Williams tries to come back, make the play of the ball in the air, right? That's what they brought him in for, the vertical threat, the dude that can make those crazy catches, but just kind of falls down trying to adjust. Taron Johnson just doing a barrel roll on his neck, which looked deeply uncomfortable, making an unbelievable pick. And here we go. The Bills might be able to dodge a bullet here and escape MetLife with a victory in what has just been a truly zany and wacky game. But does this game have one more joke? Does this game have one more joke to tell us? We've got 1:52 to find out. Michael saying we've had the 2 New York baseball teams win, and the 1 true New York football team might just win as well. Very true, right? One of these teams is in New York, and it is not the Jets. BearPod says, wonder how much Devontae really wants to still jump on this Jets plane. Yeah. Well, it's either that or the Raiders ship. Yeah. AJ saying, I hope not. Hey, AJ, you are so close. Here we go. There you go. Ray Davis to start. 5 yards, not bad. That was a good run on first down. 5 yards. You're halfway there. You're halfway there. Bills have to spam a timeout now. I mean, it wasn't like wide open, but what a jump on the ball. It's impressive he held on to that thing, too. Bro, are you serious? One play commercial break? Get out of here. Get out of here, Mickey Mouse. The mouse wants to show us this office reunion ad with a robot. That's insane. Lavazza. Lavazza definitely shelled out like their entire budget to get Steve Carell and John Krasinski in that ad. That is crazy. I have never heard of Lavazza before in my life, and here they are bringing in an office reunion for their commercial. That's crazy. That was one of the most beautiful interceptions I have ever seen. Very true. 5 yards away for the Bills. I mean, let's do the math, right? Because I think I would know this by now. Bills first down on the next play. I feel like, not to big brain it too much, right? If you're the Bills, you kind of want a 4 yard rush here, right? Make the Jets burn that second time out, 3rd and 1, then you pick it up. Let's say they gain 0 yards. Let's say they get the first down, right? Then it's 1st and 10. Jets take a timeout. They have 1 left. We'll say it's like 1:40 left. Second down, nothing. Take a timeout. 1:35. 3rd down, run a play. I guess it's not just quite as simple as that, but man, you really kind of need to get your stop though. Anyways, math. Here we go. Big 2nd and 5. Big boy time right now, right? This is what the Bills have been trying to build their team to do. Get these big rushing yards when they need them. He's smothered. Here you go. And do you dare, if you're the Bills, do you dare try and pick it up through the air? That's exactly what I was thinking, Green Gandalf. Do you dare? I would be tempted to say yeah, because if you run it right, the Jets could stop the clock regardless. They could use that last timeout, whatever, right? Like, oh, they keep 1 timeout if you throw an incompletion. 1 timeout versus none, that's not the biggest end of the world. But the upside of you picking up that first down if you throw it, right? I would put the ball in Josh's hands. I would roll him out and see what you like, right? Do the thing the Chiefs like to do. I would have Josh drop back, roll out, pretty much put a defender in conflict. All right, you want to play the run? I will boop it over your head to Kincaid. You want to guard Kincaid? First down with my legs. This is my Josh Allen running impression. Yeah, they're in shotgun. They're going to pass this ball, aren't they? They're going to pass this ball. Oh, what a play design. That was nasty. Josh is fired up. That was nasty. They faked the rollout and had Josh run. Oh. That was nice. Poor Michael Clemens got put in the blender there. What a way to call game. That was disgusting. Look at Josh fired up, man. Bills needed this win to get back in the driver's seat for the division, right? Right the ship after a tough couple of weeks. There you go. And look at that. They're pumping up the crowd in MetLife. Bills exercising some demons after a tough loss here last year, week 1. Joe Brady, take a bow, good sir. That was nasty. Now you can just kneel it out and go home a winner. There you go. Bills kneel the ball. Jets will take their final timeouts. You have to imagine, it's all in vain. As Dick LeBeau once said, legendary defensive mind for many years for the Pittsburgh Steelers, why you call the timeouts is simply to just keep the other team snapping the ball. That's the idea. You just want the opposing team to snap the ball as many times as possible. When that ball is snapped, it invites chaos, even if the chaos has a 0.001% chance of happening. You invite it. The ball is snapped. There is no chaos. The Bills kill off more clock. They have to snap the ball simply one more time here. That clock ticks and ticks and ticks. It appeared as if the Vultures and the Buzzards were closing in on the Bills. 2 straight losses. No Diggs, no problem. More like no Diggs problem. But not tonight. Tonight, in New York City, the Buffalo Bills are victors in what was an awesome, awesome game. Great game. This is what football's all about, man. This was a fantastic stream. Thank you guys so much, as always, for tuning in, showing out. Chat was rocking all night long, and we had a great game on our hands. We had a great game. So, I had a lot of fun. Hope you guys all did too. Shout out to everyone who killed it at the Pick'ems. Thank you, Pear Champ. Thank you, Green Gandalf. Thank you, BearPod, Michael, AJ, Sam, Kiera. We had Henry and Caden in here. We had Gabe in here. We had a squad in here tonight. Apologies if I'm missing anyone. Oh, Schroeder. Yeah, we had Schroeder in here. But good night to all of you guys. Again, thank you so much. Keep your eyes peeled. If I do end up going live on Thursday, I will hit you all with the community post. But until next time, hope you all get a good night's sleep. Catch you all later. The doctor is out.